Anthony, Rafaela, Duran, Abreu, Kiner Falefa, Meyer, Sogard, Capra, DeLay, and Bayo on the mound. Now for the Braves, managed by Walt Weiss. Braves also 4-2 this spring. Leading it off, right fielder Ronald Acuna Jr. Batting second, designated hitter and switch hitter Jurickson Profar. Hitting third, first baseman Matt Olson. And batting cleanup, third baseman Austin Riley. Hitting fifth for the Braves, left fielder Mike Yastrzemski. Batting sixth, switch hitting second baseman Ozzie Albies. Hitting seventh, center fielder Michael Harris. Batting second, catcher Jonah Heim, also a switch hitter. Batting ninth, shortstop Jorge Mateo. And on the mound, the lefty Chris Sale. Sale 6'6", 180, the lefty from Lakeland, Florida. He'll be 37 at the end of March. He's made one start this spring, 2 scoreless innings against the Twins on February 22nd. He looked good and had 3 strikes in that outing, so looking to push a little bit further as he faces the Red Sox in this one. So again for the Braves, it's Acuna, Profar, Olson, Riley, Yastrzemski, Albies, Harris, Heim, Mateo, and Sale on the mound. Braves will be coming out of the first base dugout, and this afternoon they're wearing their navy blue tops, white pants, red lettering, red numerals outlined in white, Atlanta across the chest on top of the red tomahawk. Meanwhile, the Red Sox loaded up in the third base dugout. They're wearing red uniform tops, gray pants, navy lettering, navy numerals outlined in white, and Red Sox arching across the chest of their bright red uniforms. Behind the plate calling balls and strikes is Thomas Fornarola. First base umpire and crew chief is Will Little. Second base umpire is Chris Siegel. Third base umpire is Jeremy Rehack. And those 3 umpires on the bases, while during the regular season would be stationed at those positions the entire game. During spring training, they'll rotate around first, second, and third. But, of course, the home plate umpire stays in place. The leather for Atlanta, Matt Olson at first base. Ozzie Albies is at second. Jorge Mateo at short. Austin Riley is at third. In the outfield, left to right, Mike Yastrzemski, Michael Harris, and Ronald Acuna. Jonah Heim is behind the plate. And as we mentioned, Chris Sale on the mound. The veteran and future Hall of Famer. He's made 1 start this spring. Like we mentioned, 2 scoreless frames versus Minnesota. And he's coming off a season that saw him go 7-5, a 2.58 ERA, 21 appearances last year for Chris. That fractured rib cost him over 2 months as he was out from June through the end of August. But 2026 will be his 3rd season with Atlanta. And as we mentioned in our open, he signed an extension this week for 2027 and a team option for 2028. He was the Cy Young Award winner in the National League in 2024. Won pitching's Triple Crown, leading the league in wins, ERA, and strikeouts. And he's going into his 16th season in the big leagues. He was with the White Sox 2010 through 2016. He was with these Red Sox 17 through 23 and been in Atlanta since 2024. 32nd all-time on the Major League strikeout list, and he'll continue to climb that list here in 2026. He's ready to work. He'll be facing Roman Anthony, Cedar Rafaela, and Jarren Duran here in the top of the first inning. First of 4 meetings between the Braves and the Red Sox this spring. And, of course, we'll see them for 6 games during the regular year. Touch on that a little bit later as we continue in this broadcast. Glancing over his defense behind him is Sale. Climbing into the left-hand batter's box, Roman Anthony. And now for the ball game. The first pitch is a ball inside. 95 on the fastball. And starting up at 105 Eastern, 1205 Central, 81 degrees here in southwest Florida, and a strong breeze out to left field. 1-0 pitch on the way from Sale, and a bouncer fouled on the first baseline. Count even 1 ball and 1 strike. For Sale, that electric fastball, and he can range it up into the upper 90s. He can throttle down and throw it at a comfortable speed, mid-90s, but he can make that fastball do all sorts of different things. And you mix that in with a slider and change. Devastating to hitters of the left or right side, but especially the lefties. Anthony, a lefty, 1-1 pitch, a little bit low and outside with a slider, and a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Sale, very tall, very lean. 6'6", 180, ball in a red glove. Right there's belly. Working from the third base side of the rubber. 2-1 pitch. Beautiful slider. Fell off the table. Buckled the knees of Roman Anthony. And the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Anthony hitting $154 this spring. 1 RBI. No homers yet. Bulked up in the offseason. Awaits the 2-2 pitch. And here it is from Sale. Have a seat. Climb the ladder with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. So he strikes out Roman Anthony. That'll bring Rafaela to the plate. Speaking of strikeouts for Sale, mentioned that he's 32nd all-time in career strikeouts. And so long as he's healthy this season, he'll be passing some absolute pitching titans in the history of Major League Baseball, the likes of Bob Feller, Warren Spahn, Tom Glavine, and others. Could also pass Chuck Finley and David Cone this year as he continues to climb that list. Sinker low and outside, but swung on and missed by Rafaela. And an 0-1 count on him. Cedar Rafaela hitting 200 this spring. He's homered as well. Chase hit a miss. Correction, 300 averages up to stick that 2 for a 3. Or the 3 for a 2, you might say. He's homered once. He's driven in 3 runs. And off to a good start this spring. He'll be followed by Jarren Duran. No score in the top of the first inning. Sale ahead 0-2. Pitch on the way. Fighting that fastball off and hanging alive is Rafaela. And still an 0-2 count on the Red Sox center fielder. Matt Olson well off the line at first. Everybody else pretty much straight up. Center fielder Michael Harris a few strides to his left towards right center field. 0-2 from Sale. Check swing, make it 0-3. Showed him a slider. He goes down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts by Sale. Two down for Jarren Duran as Sale is searching for a 1-2-3 top of the first inning. For Sale, he's 421 career strikeouts away from 3,000. And a mark that, should he remain healthy, he could accomplish over the next few seasons. Pitch on the way to Duran. Big cut and a miss and a changeup that faded straight down. Only 20 pitchers all time have reached 3,000 career strikeouts. Sale certainly on pace to do that as well. 0-1 pitch and a fly ball to deep right. That jumped off his bat. Acuna going to drift back. That continues to fly. That's up in the Truist Pavilion. What a shot by Jarren Duran as he launched one out of here. Impressive for any batter versus Sale, but especially left on left. And that was barreled to right center field at about halfway up the Truist Pavilion, and it's 1-0 Boston. First home run of the spring for Jarren Duran. A guy who's a spark plug for the Red Sox, has a lot of power as we just saw, and also has led the league in triples each of the last 2 years. Inning continues for Wilyer Abreu. Left-handed hitter takes a called strike. First pitch sinker. Sale at a dozen pitches. Here's number 13. That'll be fouled off by Abreu. Chris has been working that sinker a lot here in the first inning. It's been as hot as 97. Sitting around 95. Now again, the last time we saw Sale, the only time we've seen him this spring, 2 very effortless innings, it looked like, at least from where we sit here in the booth. He breezed through the Twins. 2 scoreless innings and 3 strikeouts. Chris looking in midseason form. 0-2 on Wilyer Abreu. Braves will have Acuna, Profar, and Olson due up in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 0-2. Missed a little bit low with a changeup. Braves play Abreu to pull. Riley well off the line. He's set up where the shortstop would normally set up, and Mateo just about up the middle. 1-2 pitch. Big chopper out to first. Take it on the short hop. That second bounce by Olson. Flip to the bag. Sale's there, and that's that. 1 run, 1 hit, a home run by Duran. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Red Sox 1 and the Braves coming up when we come back.
The Braves and Harris Cherokee Casinos want to give you the spring training trip of a lifetime. Enter now for a shot to win the spring training trip jackpot presented by Harris Cherokee Casinos. Just visit Braves.com/Harris before March 5th and you'll be in the running for a trip for 2 to Northport, Florida. You and a guest will win round trip airfare, ground transportation, hotel accommodations, and tickets to see the Braves on Saturday, March 14th. Must be 21 or older to enter. Get registered right now at Braves.com/Harris.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
When it's your money, your business, or your home, you deserve a partner who sees and hears you. A partner who is by your side every step of the way. That's Ameris Bank. It's a commitment we're proud to make, and one we back up by providing financial solutions to empower you. Because at the end of the day, we are dedicated advocates for you. Visit your local branch or learn more at amerisbank.com. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Braves have over 20 gate giveaways this season, from bobbleheads to wearables. See them all at Braves.com/promos.
1-0 Red Sox into the bottom of the first inning. Great to have you with us. Beautiful day here in Northport. Braves and the Red Sox rolling around Cool Today Park. It'll be Ronald Acuna, Jurickson Profar, and Matt Olson for the Braves here in the bottom of the first as they take their first hacks at Brian Bayo. Here's the leather around Bayo. Nick Sogard is the first baseman. Marcelo Meyer, the second baseman. Vinny Capra, the shortstop. And Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is at third. Roman Anthony roaming in left field. Cedar Rafaela, man center. Jaron Duran patrolling right. Jason Alea, the catcher. And Brian Bayo on the mound. Here's his first pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna. Ronald swings and fouls off a fastball. That sinker came in at 95. Ronald batting 125 this spring, yet to homer. Would have hit a homer the other day if it had not been for the wind blowing in from left field. Torched the ball to left, but couldn't get enough of it. Here's a 1-1 pitch. There's a called strike. Good cutter over by Bayo, and Ronald wants to challenge this. So the second pitch by Bayo being challenged. Braves are smelling like a rose the other day with all their challenges. And that is going to be confirmed. That is a strike at the bottom of the zone. Braves the other day in a game versus the Pirates had 7 challenges and had 6 of them go their way. This one does not. There's the 1-2 pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna from Brian Bayo. He'll kick and fire. And Acuna fouls one off the inside of his left foot, goes hobbling around. For Bayo, 6'1", 195 pounds, out of Samana, Dominican Republic, just 26. He's had 1 start this spring, got roughed up. That was against Toronto on the 22nd, went an inning and a third. Allowed 4 runs on 4 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts, faced 9 batters. So some turbulent air in his first Grapefruit League action. He's hoping for a better outing today. 1-0 Red Sox, bottom of the first. 1-2 to Acuna. Just low it outside. Make it a 2-2 count. Braves hitters will see a good sinker and sweeper from Bayo. He's got a 5-pitch mix. Also mix in a cutter, a change, and a fastball. But that sinker sweeper can be devastating. 2-2 pitch. Acuna check swing at a cutter. That'll be fouled off down the first base line. Antoine Richardson showing the good hands down in the first base coach's box. Bare hand to that, toss it into the Braves dugout on the first base line. 2-2 on Ronald, twitching his fingers that are draped in bright yellow batting gloves. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off again. Bayo, a season ago with Boston, 29 starts. He went 11-9 with a 3.35 ERA. He was second on the team in wins, second on the team in strikeouts, and second on the team in innings, all behind Garrett Crochet, their strong ace. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Acuna smokes one foul. Turned on that changeup down the left field line. And do it again with a 2-2 count. Upcoming season will be the 5th season in the big leagues for Bayo. He's made exactly 100 appearances in his career. 39 wins, 36 losses. 2-2 is high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, a pretty good 1-2 punch. When you think about Crochet and Bayo, or if you wanted to talk about some of the other pitchers that the Red Sox have. Good hurlers this year. 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. So a leadoff walk to Ronald Acuna. Braves trailing 1-0. Jaron Duran launched one out of here in the first inning. The Braves looking to counter. Think about where the Red Sox are. Sonny Gray, a new arrival this year. They added the veteran right-handed pitcher. Other guys they added, Johan Oviedo. They traded for him from Pittsburgh. They traded with St. Louis to get Wilson Contreras. There's a called strike on Jurickson Profar. And the Red Sox, a team where their starting rotation looks to be in a pretty good spot as they're trying to be a little bit better there. Their outfield was such a grand strength a year ago, but looking for a little bit more in that rotation. There goes Ronald. 0-1 pitch is a called strike. Throw down to second base, head first slide, and Acuna is in there. Stolen base for Ronald. Good crossover step. Unable to be successful running versus Bayo, and he's in scoring position with no one out. One nothing Boston, bottom of the first. Profar could change that with a crack of the bat right here. He's hitting .296 this spring. Takes the ball low. No homers this spring for Jurickson. 1 RBI. And he does look a little bit different this year. He's gone from number 7 to number 17. As Ha-Sung Kim will be given number 7. And Profar happy to give it up to his buddy and add 17. All right, so 1-2 count on Profar. Now time has been called. Pitch timer violation. That's charged to Bayo. So that goes from a 1-2 count to a 2-2 count. Home plate umpire Thomas Fornarola there to point it out. Righty-lefty matchup. There goes Acuna. 2-2 pitch is a ball low. Throw down by delay. Nowhere near in time. 2 steals this trip around the bases for Acuna. He's stolen second. He's now stolen third. And now a sac fly could drive him in. Again, this is Ronald's final game before the WBC. It's also Jurickson Profar's final game before the WBC. Some confusion by Bayo. He wasn't sure the count. It's now full on Profar. Three-two from Bayo. Profar lifts one high in the air to left center field. Roman Anthony over to his left. So is Rafaela. They come together and collide, and they're both down. Acuna will jog to the plate and score, but the sac fly forces Anthony and Rafaela to collide. The ball was caught, but both players down in pain. And quickly the training staff for the Red Sox sprinting out there to deep left center field. Anthony is laid out on his back. He might have gotten the worst of it. Rafaela is on a knee. But they came together. One of the two men caught the ball. I'm not sure who caught the ball. Whomever did held on to it, but went down in a world of pain. I mean, that looked like a knockout blow out there. Anthony finally sits up, so both players sitting up, but you can just tell both players in a haze out there. I mean, you don't want to see that any time of year, but especially on the 27th of February. They're both calling each other off, and it looked like Anthony took Rafaela's elbow to the face. Anthony caught the ball. Rafaela held the left arm, his glove arm up, and that caught Anthony on the side of his head. Rafaela's up on his feet, walking a bit, now hands on his knees. Boy, what a nasty spill by those two. It'll be a sac fly F7 officially. And an RBI for Profar to tie the game. Mentioned that the wind is blowing out to left field, and that certainly aided the sac fly opportunity for Jurickson Profar. That ball continued to push further and further and further back. Coming off the bat, it looked like it might be caught in medium depth left center. But the wind pushed it back another 30, 40 feet, and that made it easy for Acuna to come in and score. He would have come in to score even without the collision. Boy, that's scary. Meanwhile, Brian Bayo taking a few to the mitt. And there's 8, 9 Red Sox players, coaches, and trainers out there visiting and looking over the two players. Meanwhile, P.J. Labriola, a left-hander, is throwing in the Red Sox bullpen. Well, both players still in a daze out there. They're checking in on Rafaela and Anthony. And I think they're more focused on Anthony than Rafaela. Rafaela seems to be all right. Anthony has his cap just kind of tilted aimlessly on his head, looking to be in a daze, and I think they finally give him the green light and feel like he's okay to go. So they pat him on the shoulder, and he gives some high fives, and he'll stay in there, and now he's going to go over and chat with Rafaela, probably about, okay, let's make sure we're communicating out here. So those two get on the same page. They weren't on the same page just then. They weren't even in the same book just then. Well, that is lucky that neither player is seriously injured after that heavyweight collision out in left center field. A 1-1 game, bottom of the first inning. Bases empty, one down for Matt Olson. Meanwhile, Bayo had to just stand there on the mound for the longest time. Got to take a few to the mitt. That'll be swung on and missed by Olson. One apiece in the first, nothing and one on Matt. He's homered once this spring, and he gets under this one, pops it up, foul ground over by the Red Sox dugout. Fighting the sun, Kiner Falefa, halfway between the bag and the dugout, makes the catch. That's out number 2. Two away for Austin Riley. Inning started with a walk to Ronald Acuna, and then his speed got him to second base and third base. He stole second and third, and then the sac fly by Profar drove him in. Austin Riley takes the ball low and outside. Riley with a .500 average this spring to go along with that homer. Pitch to Austin. Big swing and a miss. Took a heavy hack at the cutter and missed. Austin's home run came a couple of days ago versus Pittsburgh. He hit one to dead center, 420 feet. And it impacted the batter's eye about 3/4 of the way up. Titanic blast by Riley. 0-1 pitch. Not his best swing. Went after a sinker down and an 0-2 count. Red Sox in the second will have Kiner Falefa, Meyer, and Sogard due up. Riley trying to keep the Braves afloat here in the bottom of the first inning. If he does, then Yastrzemski would come to the plate. Change up low and outside from Bayo, 1-2. It's been a 20-pitch first inning for Brian Bayo. One, 2 to the plate. Riley pops one up, straight up on the right side of the infield. Meyer under it, and the Red Sox second baseman will secure it with his heels on the grass from shallow right. And that ends the bottom of the first inning. But the Braves get a run. 1 run, no hits, no errors, none left. We played 1. Both teams have a tally. We go to the top of the second, tied at 1.
The Braves and Harris Cherokee Casinos want to give you the spring trip of a lifetime. Enter now for a shot to win the spring training trip jackpot presented by Harris Cherokee Casinos. Just visit Braves.com/Harris before March 5th and you'll be in the running for a trip for 2 to Northport, Florida. You and a guest will win round trip airfare, ground transportation, hotel accommodations, and tickets to see the Braves on Saturday, March 14th. But you must be 21 or older to enter. Get registered right now at Braves.com/Harris.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in no time with same-day Wi-Fi. Just 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most and keeps you gaming in the fast lane. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025. Actual speeds vary.
My name is Patrick, and I'm the Military Outreach Manager at the Warrior Alliance. I served in the U.S. Army as an airborne ranger and deployed to several combat zones in support of the global war on terror. Veterans bring excellence through our work ethic, skills, and civic duty. However, transitioning to civilian life can be difficult, as we all share a loss of purpose when leaving the military. Returning veterans have earned and deserve our support so they can thrive on their journey home. The Warrior Alliance understands the challenge and is helping warriors navigate to success after service. Join us in changing thousands of lives for the better. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
Red Sox 1, Braves 1 into the top of the second inning. Alongside Jonathan Chadwick, our producer-engineer, I'm Ben Ingram, and happy to have you with us for this Grapefruit League action. Braves and the Red Sox. Boston will send up Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, Marcelo Meyer, and Nick Sogard here in the top of the second. Opening day 4 weeks from today. We're 28 days away from the Braves and the Royals opening up at Truist Park to pop the top on the 2026 campaign. Good to be starting at home this year. Kiner-Falefa takes a ball high. These Red Sox will open their season with interleague play against the Reds. 1-0 on Kiner-Falefa. Chris Sale fires. 1-0 fastball misses inside. These Red Sox went 89-73 last season. They finished in third place in the East, looking up at the Jays and Yankees. 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Kiner-Falefa at a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Manager Alex Cora going into his 8th season at the helm there in Boston. This bunch was defeated in the wild card series against the Yankees last year. Good slider in for a strike. That's a knee buckler. 2-2 on Kiner-Falefa. Sale spins the 2-2 all the way to the backstop with that 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Yeah, last season, 2025, was the Red Sox first winning season, as well as their first postseason appearance since 2021. It had 3 straight seasons of 500 or worse. 3-2 pitch. Trying to find the back door of the slider and missed. And it's a leadoff walk to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. You see the success that the Red Sox have had for the last quarter century. You're not used to seeing 3 years of them playing losing baseball or missing the postseason, but they finally got into the postseason last year for the first time since 2021. This is the first of 4 spring training meetings with the Red Sox that the Braves will have this year. Then we'll see them a couple of times in the regular year. Called strike on Marcelo Meyer. We'll see the Red Sox in the regular season in Atlanta, May 15th, 16th, and 17th, and then again in Boston, May 26th, 27th, and 28th. 1-1 game in the second. And the 0-1 from Sale. Bouncer weakly out to third, charging onto the grass, scooping and firing Riley. Good play. They get the out over there at first base. That's a challenging play. Not a whole lot on it, so Austin had to dart straight in, but he's been so good at making that play in his career. Down to second for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. One out for Nick Sogard. Sale trying to work around a leadoff walk. He has 2 strikeouts and 1 walk to this point. Sogard hitting 143 this spring. Takes first pitch slider low. Nick Sogard, 28 years old, out of Carmichael, California. Played collegiately at Loyola Marymount University. There's a 1-0 pitch. We'll send one foul. You want to talk about a baseball family. Nick Sogard, the cousin of Eric Sogard. You probably remember him. Played 11 years in the big leagues. That's his first cousin. And his uncle, Steve Sachs, who is a standout with the Dodgers and a few other teams in his career. There's some really good baseball names in his bloodline. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Sogard reaches out. It's a fly ball towards left center field. Over to his left. Yastrzemski makes a running catch, chest high. Wind was pushing that tricky play for any left fielder, and Yastrzemski made a good route to it and squeezes out number 2. Two down for Vinny Capra. Earlier in the broadcast, we were talking about Chris Sale and how Sale will enter the season 421 strikeouts away from 3,000 for his career. Vinny Capra could tell you something about the 3,000 strikeout club. There's a pitch on the way to him from Chris Sale. And a strike on the inside corner. You might remember last season, Clayton Kershaw reached career strikeout number 3,000. And his 3,000th career strikeout was this man, Vinny Capra. 0-1 to Capra. Check swing on appeal goes down the first base line, and he did go, according to Will Little, the crew chief. So not the way you want to make history, being one of the guys who has struck out for number 3,000. Well, that was a lot for Capra last year. He's 29 years old, 4 years in the big leagues, bounced around with Toronto, Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, and then the White Sox. And now with the Red Sox. 0-2. A little bit high with a fastball. A 1-1 game in the top of the second. Capra, the shortstop, bats 8th in the order. He's hitless this spring. Right-handed hitter. Sale spins the 1-2, missed outside with a slider, and the count level, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sale spins off the rubber, looking back to runner. Ready with a 2-2 pitch. Lefty fires. Just missed with a fastball. That will not be challenged. 3 balls and 2 strikes. After Capra, it would be delay, but Sale tried to draw a line in the sand right here in the top of the second, keep that runner stranded at second base. So 1-1 game, 3-2 pitch. And he gets him swinging with a dynamic slider. Beautiful pitch by Sale. Works around that leadoff walk, and no harm after that. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. We're off to the bottom of the second. Braves and Red Sox tied at 1.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
When we're busy working outside this spring, no one wants their mower to stop halfway through cutting a lawn or their trimmer to cut off right at the end of the day. That's why Howard Brothers trusts Kawasaki Genuine Parts. Their quality parts make all the difference. Whether you're gearing up for a busy season or tuning your machines for peak performance, Kawasaki parts keep your engines running stronger, longer. Find your Kawasaki parts at Howard Brothers today.
Hey guys, it's Ben Ingram. Have you noticed cracks in your walls or around your doors or windows? Or how about cracks in your bricks outside? That means it's time to pick up the phone and call the only foundation repair company in Atlanta with professional engineers on staff. Engineered Solutions of Georgia. They offer lifetime warranties from trusted professionals who will fix it right the first time. Don't wait until it's too late. Call 678-ESOG now.
678-ESOG now.
All value games at Truist Park get you $15 tickets, $10 parking, food and beverage offers, and more. Learn more at Braves.com/value.
Ben Ingram with you from Coolidge Park here in Northport. It's a 1-1 game between the Braves and the Red Sox. Mike Yastrzemski leads off for the Braves. He'll be followed by Ozzie Albies and Michael Harris. Red Sox fanned out across the field in their red uniform tops and gray pants. Braves in their navy unis on top of the white pants. Ball high to Yastrzemski. Been a really good spring for Mike. He's been swinging a good bat entering the action here in camp. He's homered already. Pitch on the way, and he drives one to deep right center field. That takes flight back to the bleachers. He put his stinger into that one. That is long gone. Mike Yastrzemski halfway up the bleachers in right center, and that gives the Braves a 2-1 lead here in the second. What a sweet swing from Mike. That is his second home run of the spring. That was blasted. Yastrzemski with that really good first week of spring training. A good sign for the Braves. He's one of the newest additions. Ozzie Albies swings and misses at a sweeper. That traveled 416 feet, came off his bat at 106 miles an hour. 0-1 is low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Both teams have now homered in the game. Jarren Duran with a solo home run in the first inning, and then Yastrzemski's homer landed about the same place Duran's did. And ball sent foul. They say that Duran's homer went 409 feet and Yastrzemski's 416. So they landed about the same section, just a few seats down from each other. One-two pitch. Albies takes a called third strike. Pretty good changeup by Bayo. First strikeout by Bayo as Ozzie walks back to the first base dugout. 1 down for Michael Harris. Mention that Thomas Fornarola is the home plate umpire today. These umpires for spring training games. Of course, you got the home plate umpire, and the base umpires will rotate around during the games. There's a ball high. And generally what these umpires try to do during spring training is it's spring training for everybody, not just the players, but also the umpires. The league wants the regular guys to get 12 to 15 games during spring training. 1-0 misses inside. And, of course, part of that, getting the plate 2, 3, 4 times. And that's typically the workload for a spring training session for the Major League umpires. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Harris, big chopper off the plate, taken on the second bounce, chest high by Marcelo Meyer, and he throws to first base for the out. When you think about the players having to get their work in, of course, the umpires do as well. They're not just getting reacclimated to the game, but getting acclimated to the ABS system, which we're using in Major League Baseball for the first time at the big league level. We're getting our fill of that this spring. So you see these umpires work 12, 15 games somewhere in that area and get ready for a new year. Here's Jonah Heim. He takes a strike. A 2-1 lead for the Braves at the bottom of the second inning. Jonah Heim hit .213 a year ago with the Rangers. Switch hitter. Takes a ball low. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 on Heim. Bayo deals. Misses low and inside. It'll be interesting to chat with Heim after the game as he's in harness with Chris Sale today. First time that he's ever worked in a game with Chris. That's always something new when you're talking about a brand new battery mate. 2-1. A huge hack and a miss by Heim. And to add another level onto that, especially when that pitcher is one the caliber of Chris Sale. It's certainly a treat for any catcher to work with someone whom we believe will be a future Hall of Famer one day. 2-1 Braves, bottom of the second. Bayo swivels and fires. Heim will bounce one out to first base. Taken on a chest high hop by Sogard. Easy flip to the bag. Bayo's there, and there's out number 3. But a Mike Yastrzemski home run gives the Braves a lead. He had won 416 feet. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, none left. 2 innings behind us. Off to the top of the third. 2-1 Braves.
The Braves and Harris Cherokee Casinos want to give you the spring training trip of a lifetime. Enter now for a shot to win the spring training trip jackpot presented by Harris Cherokee Casinos. Just visit Braves.com/Harris before March 5th and you'll be in the running for a trip for 2 to Northport, Florida. You and a guest will win round trip airfare, ground transportation, hotel accommodations, and tickets to see the Braves on Saturday, March 14th. But you must be 21 or older to enter. Get registered right now at Braves.com/Harris.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro's swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
It's rolling. That jackpot's rolling.
Got yourself a scratcher that didn't win? Well, my friend, it still could, because now all non-winning scratchers can be entered to win the Rollin' Jackpot, which grows and grows.
That jackpot's rolling.
The Rollin' Jackpot, another way to win from the Georgia Lottery. Learn more and enter at galottery.com. Play responsibly.
Hey, it's great to have you with us as we roll into the top of the third inning from the Grapefruit League. Braves and the Red Sox. A 2-1 lead for the Braves. Red Sox got the scoring started with a home run by Jaron Duran in the first inning. And then the Braves tied it up on a sac fly by Jerkson Profar in the bottom of the first and took the lead in the bottom of the second on a solo homer by Mike Yastrzemski. So that's where we stand. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Red Sox in their order, starting with Jason DeLay. DeLay, a Georgia boy out of Duluth, 30 years old, and out of Northview High School. Played his college ball at Vanderbilt. Spent the last 3 seasons with the Pirates. Pitched to DeLay, fouled back. Signed as a free agent with the Red Sox over the offseason, but grew up a big Braves fan growing up in the Atlanta area. He's hitting .250 this spring. And an 0-1 count on Red Sox catcher Jason DeLay. Sale at 33 pitches. Number 34 misses inside. You know, last inning, Vinny Capra came to the plate. Struck out versus Sale. We were telling you about Vinny Capra being strikeout victim number 3,000 a year ago for Clayton Kershaw. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Slow slider in for a strike. Put the brakes on that one all the way down to 74 miles an hour, and he dropped it in for a strike, 1-2. See if Sale can notch another strikeout. He's got 3 in the game. 1-2 pitch. Check swing a little bit low. Yeah, we've mentioned that there have been 20 pitchers in the history of the game to reach 3,000 strikeouts. But there have only been 19 players who have been strikeout victim number 3,000. 2-2, whacked in the air to right field, in the air to Acuna, and he makes a head-high catch. And 1 down. Now, can you believe this? You think about just 20 pitchers all time reaching 3,000 strikeouts. But there is one player who was strikeout victim number 3,000 for 2 different pitchers. Can you believe that? Cesar Geronimo was strikeout victim number 3,000 for Bob Gibson. And then 6 years later, he was strikeout victim number 3,000 for Nolan Ryan. So he's on the list twice. Roman Anthony takes a called strike. Now, I wouldn't bring this up if he were working with me today, but our own Joe Simpson's on that list, as he was Gaylord Perry's 3,000th strikeout, and that's a pretty humorous story that Joe's told before. 0-2 pitch on the way. Ball low and outside, 1-1. Braves 2, Red Sox 1, top of the third. But imagine that, being on the list twice. Strikeout victim number 3,000 for 2 different pitchers. That was Cesar Geronimo. One pitch on the way to Roman Anthony. Hot shot up the middle past a diving Ozzie Albies. That escapes into right center field. Now to put a runner aboard for Cedar Rafaela. He struck out looking in the first inning, but then had a nasty collision with Roman Anthony in the field in the bottom of the first inning. And both those guys still in there, and I guess they're both all right. Roman Anthony just collected a base hit, so clearly he's feeling better. He got the worst of it. Pitch on the way from Sale. There's a ball outside. Sale ready, 1-0 pitch. Rafaela sends one foul into the seats down the right field line and out of play. Rafaela, 25 years old. He's from Curacao. 4 years in the big leagues. He was a Gold Glove Award winner last year. Rafaela, right-handed hitting center fielder. Holds the bat just above his right shoulder. Sale spins the 1-1, and he drills it to deep center field. Sprinting back now is Harris. He goes to the wall, and that is out of here. 2-run homer by Cedon Rafaela just to the right of the batter's eye. And the Red Sox catapult in front as they now lead it 3-2. What was a 2-1 lead for the Braves, now a 3-2 lead for the Red Sox. So now Rafaela and Duran have both hit homers today, and again, wind is blowing out. One down for Jarren Duran. He takes a slider for a first pitch strike. It was an 0-1 pitch that Duran hit out in the first inning. Got an 0-1 count here. 3-2 Red Sox, top of the third. 0-1 ground ball to second. Taken on 2 hops next to his left knee, I should say. Ozzie always got it. Throws over to the bag for the out and 2 down. Here comes Walt Weiss. That'll likely be the end of the road for Chris Sale. Braves have had a little bit of action in the bullpen. Sale at 45 pitches. Darius Vines will be called upon to finish up this inning. But Chris Sale walks off the mound, heads towards the first base dugout. Round of applause for him. His second spring training outing in the books now. And 1 stride closer to the regular season. 45 pitches for Chris Sale. He faced a dozen batters, gave up 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 homers and a single surrender, also a walk and 3 strikeouts. Now the young right-hander Darius Vines out there. I say young, he's 27. We've seen him in the big leagues here and there in 23 and 24. Of course, had an injury that sidelined him a year ago, but he's out there now. And this will be the first time that we have seen Darius Vines this spring. All right, opening day, 28 days from today. At opening homestand of the 2026 season, March 27th through April 1st, as the Kansas City Royals and the Athletics both roll into Atlanta. And you got to get there to be a part of not just the baseball, but the gate giveaways. The gate giveaways include the magnetic schedule, rally towels. How about this? The Drake Baldwin NL Rookie of the Year bobblehead. So grab your tickets now by going to Braves.com/promos and be there when it all begins. We'll be there here on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network. Getting closer and closer to one of the best days of the entire year, opening day. Batter will be Wilyer Abreu. So he takes a peek at the right-hander Darius Vines. Vines 6'1", 190. Vines, the guy who bounced around in his college days as he was at Cal State Bakersfield. He was also at Oxnard College, Yavapai College, Arizona State. 7th round draft choice of the Braves in 2019. Pitch misses high to Wilyer Abreu. Vines fires, misses outside, change up away. Again, that final line for Sale. 2 2/3 innings, 45 pitches, 3 runs, 3 earned, 3 hits, 2 homers, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Vines looking into Heim. Now the 2-0. Inside of the left-handed hitting Abreu. Three-0 pitch. Pops it up. Wind will probably keep this playable, and foul ground in between the first base dugout and the line. Matt Olson stands tall. He's under it. And he's got it for the out. That wraps up the top of the third, but a two-run homer by Ceddanne Rafaela slingshots the Red Sox into the lead. We go to the bottom of the third inning, 3-2 Boston.
When you need a lawyer after an auto accident, make the right call. I'm attorney Ken Nugent, and I'm based right here in Georgia. Other big-name legal teams aren't even from this area.
Right one.
We'll get you your money quick, while other legal teams waste your time.
Right two.
And our team is with you from start to finish. Other legal teams pass you off to a secondary team.
Right three.
Make the right call. Call Ken.com. One call, that's all. Proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Kenneth S. Nugent, PC, attorneys at law. 1355 Peachtree Street Northeast, Suite 1000, Atlanta, Georgia, 30309.
Are you tired of your food tasting tasty, but somehow not quite tasty enough? That's why the original Louisiana brand hot sauce invented the original Louisiana brand hot sauce. It's the perfect balance of peppery peppers, tarty vinegar, and the salty tears of Mets fans who cried because they didn't win. But everyone can win at eating something delicious with the original Louisiana brand hot sauce, the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. That's Louisiana hot. Buy you some.
If you like to do this, or that, or even that, and you want to stay with it, Emory's got your back, or your shoulder, or your hip, or your knee. Our sports medicine specialists treat more world-class, professional, and college-level athletes than anyone else in the state. We'll treat you like a pro and get you back in play. That's the Emory difference. Make an appointment at emoryhealthcare.org/sports.
The Braves Country Music Fest at Truist Park is June 13th, featuring Cody Johnson, Ella Langley, and more. Get tickets at braves.com/BravesCountryFest.
Red Sox 3, Braves 2 into the bottom of the third inning. Ben Ingram here with you from Cooler Day Park in Northport. It's still Brian Bayo out there for Boston. He's worked 2 innings. He's given up 2 runs, including a solo home run to Mike Yastrzemski. First pitch will miss inside to Jorge Mateo as it's 9-1-2 for the Braves here in the bottom of the third. Mateo, Acuna, and Profar. This will be Bayo's 37th pitch on the 1-0 pitch. Mateo sends one foul. Tell you what, folks, the theme of the day here in the home radio booth is double duty. You guys wouldn't believe what our own Jonathan Chadwick is having to pull today. Double duty JC is what's happening back behind me today. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way to Jorge Mateo. And Mateo with a soft roller, breaks his bat, rolls to third, glove by Kiner for left, throw is too late. Infield single for Mateo. That bat's history, but it died a hero as he splintered that thing on that swing. And it is an infield single for Jorge Mateo. So I'm working the game solo today. We're about 30-40 minutes before the first pitch of the game. And Jonathan received a phone call that put him in a scramble. They were having some issues from Red Sox radio as they're here covering the game today. Pick off over the first base, back in with the dive Mateo. As their producer, who has all their equipment, turns out wasn't going to be able to make the game. So they had broadcasters here without any equipment. Here's the pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna. Acuna takes the ball inside. So immediately they knew the right man to call. And Jonathan worked up a magic trick, had some extra radio equipment, set up the Red Sox broadcast with his backup equipment that we use on the road. Mateo on the move, pitch on the way, little humpback liner into left field, down for a base hit. And just splashed softly into left, had just enough on it. Mateo goes first to third, and a single by Acuna, showing that strength. Just out of the reach of Vinny Capper, the shortstop, who reins back into shallow left. It was a do-or-die play, and he couldn't get there. So it's a single by Acuna, runners at first and third, no one out. And the Braves can at least tie the game with a base hit right here. So finishing that story, J-Chad went into action, set up the broadcast gear for the Red Sox. So he's, for all intents and purposes, producing both broadcasts today. Can you believe that? That's talent. Pitch misses upstairs. He's been bouncing back and forth, yo-yoing in between booths to make sure everybody's good to go. Profar has driven in 1 run today, picked off the first base, and Acuna's back in standing. So folks listening to the Red Sox broadcast can thank our own Jonathan Chadwick for having them on the air today. He's something. 3-2 Red Sox for now. Profile with a deep drive to center. Sprinting back Rafaela. Still back at the wall. Over his head. Off the top of the wall. In to score Mateo. Acuna to third base will hold there. Into second now for Profar. It's an RBI double spanked off the center field wall. And we're tied at 3 in the third. You want to talk about some good wood. Stroke to the deepest part of the yard. And Profar with a very healthy cut. That was tailing away from him. And here comes Alex Cora. That'll likely be it for Bayo. Well, that was squared up. That hit up and just to the left of the 400 marking. Acuna able to go first to third. And the double by Profar. Before we introduce you to the new Red Sox pitcher, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Atlanta Braves Spring Training Baseball.
Atlanta Braves Spring Training is live on WIFN Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station, 1340 and 103.7 FM.
New pitcher for the Red Sox is a lefty. This is P.J. Labriola. At least we believe. He was warming up earlier. I believe that's him. Because this guy's listed at 6'7". You look out there, and this guy's a monster out there on the mound. That's definitely Paul James Labriola. Goes by PJ. And he's a Florida boy. He's from just up the road in Sarasota. Went to Cardinal Mooney Catholic High School there in Sarasota. And then in his college days, played at NC State and Clemson. So the 6'7", 235-pound PJ Labriola takes over. This is a guy who was in the independent leagues and the Frontier League a year ago for 3 appearances. And then the Red Sox grabbed him. Spent some time in rookie ball for Boston, as well as Low A Salem and High A Greenville. And between all those stops last year, put together a 4.28 ERA in 22 appearances, all 22 out of the bullpen. Labriola takes over for Bayo. Braves will continue the spring training schedule tomorrow. We'll be up in Sarasota. Just mentioned that Labriola's from there. We'll be up there tomorrow to see the Orioles again. Braves and Orioles at 1:05 Eastern tomorrow. Spencer Strider versus Kyle Braddis. Time called by Olson as he's climbing in. Base hit gives the Braves at least a 1-run lead. No one out. Bottom of the third. Runners at second and third for Olson. First pitch to Matt. And then drifted inside. Missed with a slider. Inning started with an infield base hit by Mateo. Ronald Acuna then hit a humpback liner into left. And then the RBI double by Profar. That was a laser beam off the center field wall. 1-0. Swing and a miss by Olson at a fastball down and in. Olson 0 for 1. 1-1, missed inside, nowhere near with that slider. He's not been able to harness that pitch. Red Sox had the early 1-0 lead. Braves tied it in the bottom of the first inning, then took the lead in the second. There's the 2-1 to Olson. Outside. Red Sox regained the lead with a 2-run top of the third. And the Braves have tied it with 1 run here in the bottom of the third, but a chance for much more than that. Profar at second, Acuna at third, no one out. RBI situation for Olson. 3-1 pitch, fouled off over the rooftop down the third base line. Man trying to add to that RBI total. Did a tape measure moonshot to right field a couple of games ago. Landed on the rooftop of the offices out there beyond the right field wall. Just looking for a base hit here. 3-2, nowhere near. Didn't want any part of Matt Olson. So that walk will load the bases with no one out for Austin Riley. Olson at first, Profar at second, Acuna at third. First pitch to Riley. Strike. Put him a first pitch fastball. Riley has also hit one home run this spring. And that wind out to left field certainly welcoming for the hitters. 1-0, healthy cut and a slider. Missed him. 0-2 now on Riley. He'll be followed by Yastrzemski, who has a weighted bat resting on his left shoulder over there in the on-deck circle. 0-2 to Riley. Low and in. Olson, Profar, and Acuna take their leads at first, second, and third. 1-2 to the plate. Check swing. It's ruled a ball, but catcher Jason DeLay taps the helmet, and he will challenge this. And if this is overturned, that would be strike 3. And if it stands, then Riley's still in there. Waiting on the review. Here it comes. It is a strike. Off the top of the zone. So the Red Sox win that challenge. 1 down in the inning. That's a tough pitch. That was a high breaking ball, but like Wiley Ballard and I were talking about yesterday on the air, you could see a lot of those challenges won with breaking balls scraping the top of the zone. Those pitches sometimes just don't look good in real time to the umpires. Ball outside of Mike Yastrzemski. That time the ABS system overturned the call. So Riley strikes out. Yastrzemski's gone deep once. 1-0 pitch. And he'll pop one up just back of third. Going back Kiner Falefa down the line. No man's land. It's down for a base hit. Coming to the plate and scoring Acuna on a head first slide. He had to scramble to the dish. As that landed on the grass just inside the foul line, about 40 feet down the line, back of the infield cutout. And that's what Mike Yastrzemski brings to this team. It's a team that's focused more on contact this season, especially in situations like that. Strikeout obviously does you no good. Nothing good could happen with a swing and miss. But that time, after able to softly land one down the left field line, everybody advances on the RBI single, and the Braves lead 4-3. Inning continues for Ozzie Albies. Ozzie takes a ball low and inside. You have those situations, regardless of how many outs you got, you just need some contact. Put some pressure on the defense. And Yastrzemski brings that to this lineup. 1-0 to Ozzie. Bouncer out to third and foul. Tommy Watkins on it down at third base. He's the Braves' third base coach. Now, a 2 RBI day for Mike Yastrzemski. Acuna had to make sure that was going to land in, and then he dashed to the plate and scored. 1-1 to Ozzie. He swings and misses. That slider wiped him out. 1-2. Profar at third, Olson at second. Yastrzemski is at first, only 1 out. And the Braves leading 4-3 in the bottom of the third inning. Left-hander Labriola, 6'7" southpaw, comes set right at the letters. He'll deal the 1-2. Ozzie fights that off foul. That was a slider he was trying to get under his hands. The 2 runs that have scored this inning both charged to Bayo. And Bayo would also be tagged with the Profar run at third should he score. 1-2 pitch, check swing. They appealed, did not go. I was able to hold up on that slider down and in. Ozzie Albies, the 7th Brave to the plate here in the bottom of the third inning. Labriola kicks and deals a 2-2 pitch. That'll be fouled off by Ozzie. Another slider that time from Labriola. He is determined to get him with that slider. That's the pitch that he has the most confidence in. Or at least right now in this circumstance. Ozzie open stance in the right-hand batter's box. Lefty-righty matchup. 2-2 pitch to the plate. Serve deep down the left field line. Flying back to the corner. And that's off the wall on the fly. In to score Profar. Right behind him, Olson. 2 RBI double. That was pounded off the padded wall and left. Great at bat by Ozzie Albies. And it's 6-3 Braves here in the third. Coming off the bat, it was looking good, and he knew it was going to drop in somewhere, but that was into that jet stream, and that continued to push that one further and further. Just about got it out of here. That hit off the wall on the fly about 3/4 of the way up the wall, maybe even a little higher than that. It's a 2 RBI double. Profar and Olson scored about 3 feet from each other. Profar obviously was going to tag at third just in case. And by the time he had the green light, he had Olson right on his heels. Only 1 out. Here's the 8th batter of the inning, Michael Harris. He can drive in a couple with a base hit right here. Up and in, off the glove of Delay, all the way to the backstop. And coming in to score now is Mike Yastrzemski over to third base for Ozzie Albies. So the wild pitch drives in Yastrzemski. And the Braves now have a 7-3 lead. Runner at third, 1 out. Left on left matchup. Harris takes a strike on the inside corner. One. Harris will loop one down the left field line, slicing foul. So a 2 RBI double out of Ozzie Albies, and now he's standing at third after the wild pitch. 3 of the 5 runs this inning charged to Bayo. 2 charged to Labriola. 1-2 to Harris, low and outside. With a very productive bottom of the third for the Braves. The inning started with a base hit by Mateo. Ronald Acuna had a base hit. RBI double by Jerks and Profar. 2-2 to Harris. Line drive off of the pitcher. It caroms out to second. Everyone's going to be safe as Ozzie comes in to score. And it's a base hit for Michael Harris. 8-3 Braves here in the third. They're going to come on to check out Labriola now. That comebacker took a bite out of his pitching hand, it looked like. Came right back to Labriola on the line, hit him in the left wrist or hand. And that's his pitching hand. Can't imagine they're going to continue with him. No, that's going to be it. Yeah, you take a liner off the pitching hand in a spring training game, you got to come off the field and make sure that's all good. Watching the replay of that, he just reacted, trying to get something in the way to bring that line drive in. And unfortunately for Labriola, it was the pitching hand. And he probably wished he had that to do all over again. So hopefully he's okay. So an RBI single for Harris. All 9 Braves will come to the plate here in the third inning. 6 runs have scored for the Braves here in the third. This has been one of the best innings this spring. They had an 8-run inning against the Orioles in Sarasota, game the Braves won earlier this week. New pitcher is a right-hander. And we're still waiting to see a number on him. Maybe Stephen Brooks. That is Stephen Brooks. He will be the 3rd pitcher used by the Red Sox this inning. The inning started with Bayo, and then Labriola, and now Brooks is on, and only 1 out. Catch it up on the scorebook here. Been a loud inning for the Braves. Get it all started this inning with a single by Jorge Mateo. Ronald Acuna singled. Jurickson Profar drove in a run with a double. Matt Olson walked. Austin Riley struck out. That's the only out of the inning. Mike Yastrzemski, RBI single. Ozzie Albies, 2 RBI double. Michael Harris, RBI single. And now Jonah Heim will be the batter, as he is the 9th Brave to the plate and will be facing this right-hander, Stephen Brooks. All right, an unforgettable season deserves a legendary giveaway. The first 15,000 fans on March 31st will receive a Drake Baldwin NL Rookie of the Year bobblehead. And that's presented by Coca-Cola. Help us celebrate Drake and get your tickets now at Braves.com/promos. Can't wait to get our hands on that one. One out for Jonah Heim. Heim 0 for 1 with a ground out. Takes the ball high and outside. Eight runs on 7 hits for the Braves. 3 runs on 3 hits for the Red Sox. Braves have got it going on here in the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Just outside from Brooks. Two-0 pitch. A little bit off the plate. Stephen Brooks, a guy who's still looking to get to the big leagues for the first time. He's just 23 years old. Former 11th round pick of the Red Sox in 2024. Out of California Polytechnic State University there in San Luis Obispo. There's ball 4 outside. Second walk of the inning. Braves bat around here in the 3rd. And the inning continues now for Jorge Mateo. This rally didn't start with anything flashy. In fact, it started off with soft contact. How many times you see that? Where something small turns into something big. That's what's happened here for the Braves. Ball low and outside to Mateo. Mateo had a broken bat ground ball to third base to start off this inning. And he had his wheels churning down the line, beat the play at first base. That set the tone. Off to the races from that point. 1-0 pitch, in for a called strike. Stephen Brooks spent last season in Low A Salem in the Carolina League. Went 3-6 with a 5.29 ERA. Again, just 23 years old. 1-1 low from the right-hander. Two-one is low, 3 balls and a strike. Now Brooks, who just walked Heim, running the risk of walking another batter, Ronald Acuna in the on-deck circle. And that's not going to comfort any pitcher in a situation like this. There's the 3-1 to Mateo. Nowhere near. Missed outside, bases loaded. So 10 men have come to the plate, and only 1 out has been recorded. Now the bases are loaded for Ronald Acuna Jr. Ronald has already singled and scored this inning. Outside of that, a walk, 2 steals, and 2 runs scored in this game. We'll see what Ronald has up his sleeve here for his second at bat of the 3rd inning. He'll take a ball low. To Acuna. Missed inside. Brooks just can't find the zone. It's ball after ball after ball. 23 years old, thrust suddenly into this spring training game. Surrounded by Braves, one of the most dangerous hitters in the league, up to the plate to face him in Ronald Acuna. 2-0 pitch. That missed high, ball 3. And he's probably about as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs right now. 3 balls and no strikes on Ronald. He's walked the last 2 batters. And the 3-0 pitch. Ronald with a high fly ball to left. This will challenge the wall. Anthony back at the wall, and it's pounded out of here. It's a grand slam for Ronald Acuna, like throwing a kite up into the wind, and it just flew off into the horizon. And the Braves are routing the Red Sox as it's now 12-3 Atlanta. Brooks had missed the zone time after time after time and then put one right into Ronald's nitro zone. My goodness, a 10-run inning. Still just one out. What a day for Ronald Acuna. It's only the third inning. Here's Jurickson Profar. Profar wants a piece of the action. He wings and falls to the ground, missing that cutter. Got a piece of it and fouled it off, but he toppled to the ground, and he was grinning ear to ear after falling down. Going to Profar. Ball low and outside. Braves have hit 2 grand slams this spring. One by Acuna, one by Mateo. Chopper to first. Glove by Sogard, who probably feels like he's been standing out there for an hour. Steps on the bag for the out and 2 down. And that brings Matt Olson up to the plate. And you want to talk about making it count. We mentioned earlier this is the last game before the WBC for Acuna, Profar, and Albies, as this will be their final game with the Braves prior to the WBC. They'll be joining their respective countries after this game. There's a ball outside. And Ronald today walked in the first inning with 2 stolen bases and a run scored, a single this inning and a run scored, and a grand slam this inning. One at Olson. This is high, 2 balls, no strikes. So we're in the third inning. Ronald scored 3 runs already. Two to Olson. Olson hits one way up in the air to deep right center field. Rafaela tracking. He's to the wall. That's gone as well. Matt Olson puts the barrel on one to right center and drives it out of here, and it's 13-3 Braves. This is turning into home run derby here at Cool Today Park. Stephen Brooks realizing this ain't the Carolina League. They have roughed him up. What a third inning for the Braves. 13-3. Time called as Riley was about to climb in. An 11-run third inning for the Braves. And Riley will be the 5th Brave to come to the plate twice this inning. Well, these Braves starters, these regulars, getting their work in early today. First pitch to Riley. That's in for a strike. Braves have gotten homers from Acuna, Olson, and Yastrzemski in this game. One to Riley. Healthy cut to miss, 0-2. You're going to run out of ink from your pen scoring this game. Riley takes the ball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Riley waits the 1-2. 2 down in the inning. Bases empty. 1-2 pitch. He reaches and misses a curveball for strike 3. That ends the bottom of the third. Of the 9 men in the order, 8 of them scored at least 1 run that inning. 3 of them scored twice. Braves blow the doors off the Red Sox there in the third. We go to the top of the 4th. Braves 13, Red Sox 3.
This spring and summer, the world's biggest names in soccer are coming to downtown Atlanta.
Stay where the city gathers at Omni Atlanta Hotel at Centennial Park, just steps away from Mercedes-Benz Stadium and State Farm Arena. Skip the traffic when you stay with easy access to dining, entertainment, and the energy of Centennial Yards District. Book now and take advantage of special seasonal offers now before it's too late. Plan your spring and summer staycation at omnihotels.com/Atlanta.
The Braves and Harris Cherokee Casinos want to give you the spring training trip of a lifetime. Enter now for a shot to win the spring training trip jackpot presented by Harris Cherokee Casinos. Just visit Braves.com/Harris before March 5th and you'll be in the running for a trip for two to Northport, Florida. You and a guest will win round trip airfare, ground transportation, hotel accommodations, and tickets to see the Braves on Saturday, March 14th. But you must be 21 or older to enter. Get registered right now at Braves.com/Harris.
You know what Atlanta sports fans understand. Whether it's baseball or buying a vehicle, teams matter. And when it's time to buy, the team you want is Jim Ellis Chevrolet. They've got a full lineup of Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs, and an all-star crew that makes the whole process easy.
Step up to the plate at JimEllisChevrolet.com or stop by Jim Ellis Chevrolet, located just inside 285 on Peachtree Boulevard. Jim Ellis Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Jim Ellis, expect the best. Now they're in the bottom of the third inning. The Braves scored 11 runs. Just batted them from pillar to post there in the bottom of the third. And the Braves have a 13-3 lead into the top of the fourth inning. They hand the ball to Raisel Iglesias. And Raisel, coming off a season that saw him go 4-6 with a 3.21 ERA. Veteran 36-year-old right-hander out of Cuba. Takes over for Darius Vines, and of course, Vines faced one batter, all inside Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. This score holds, and you'd hope that it would. When the Braves on top by 10 runs, you could have Vines get a win after facing one batter. There's a ball high and in, 2 balls and no strikes on Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. 13-3 Braves. Pitch from Iglesias. That'll be fouled off. That fastball 93. Braves excited about the back end of the bullpen. You think about Iglesias and the addition of Robert Suarez. 2-1 pitch. Kiner-Falefa with a soft ground ball to short. Charging, scooping, and firing now. Mateo had Olsen up on his tiptoe. And a big, tall first baseman hauls it in. And one down here in the fourth inning. One down for Marcelo Meyer. He's just 23 years old. Some really young names in the lineup for the Red Sox today. And that's a theme for their 40-man roster altogether. There are 13 members of the Red Sox 40-man roster that were not in the organization a year ago. And then how about this? Ball low and inside. 19 of the 66 players in Major League spring training camp with the Red Sox this year have 0 days of service time. It's a ball outside. 19 of 66 in camp, 0 days of service time. They get a good look at the future and what is a really good minor league system. 1-1 to Meyer and a ball low. Braves 13, Red Sox 3. We're in the top of the fourth inning. 2-1 from Iglesias. And a ball low. Meyer, 23 from Chula Vista, California, taken 4th overall in 2021. Played in 44 games as a rookie last year. 3-1 club, high in the air to deep right field. That's going to have the distance and get out of here. Marcelo Meyer with an impressive shot over the right field wall. Taking that sinker from Iglesias deep over the right field wall to make it 13-4. And it's Marcelo Meyer's first spring training homer. He takes the trot. 3rd homer by the Red Sox today. All the runs have come on homers. Solo shots by Duran and Meyer, and a 2-run shot by Rafaela. One strike on Nick Sogard. Well, this would be the kind of day where if you're looking to give a souvenir, you're out there in the berm in left field. There's a ball hitting the air to right field. Coming in, Ronald Acuna. That started to die on him, but he lunged forward, made a shin-high catch, and 2 down. Yeah, in this game, we've seen the Red Sox hit 3 homers. We've seen the Braves hit 3 homers. And that's kept those souvenir seekers busy out there. Most of those homers to left field, but take that back. We've had 2 to left field, 4 to right field. Now that I think about those 2 by Duran and also by Yastrzemski. They're spraying them all over the yard. There's a called strike on Vinny Capra. Vinny Capra struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Next ball low and inside here. If he reaches, then Jason DeLay would come to the plate. 1-1 pitch. Hard hit shot out to third. Sliding stop goes right by Riley. Up on his feet. Bounces the throw right in line with Olsen. That's a nifty play by Austin Riley. Spectacularly done over there at the hot corner. And that 5-3 put out into the top of the 4th inning. 1 run on the homer by Meyer. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Braves on top 13-4.
Hi. Sorry. Did I startle you? When you're used to hearing a certain type of commercial, something like this can, well, take you by surprise. That's kind of how it is with the Lexus RX, a vehicle that has continued to defy expectations for over 25 years. From the first luxury vehicle of its kind, to the first hybrid luxury vehicle, to the only plug-in hybrid worthy of the RX name. We understand you want more than the everyday SUV. And isn't being understood an amazing feeling? Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in no time with same-day Wi-Fi. Just 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most and keeps you gaming in the fast lane. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025. Actual speeds vary.
Hi, it's Chuck Dowdle. If you're ready for a better checking account, my friends at Georgia's Own Credit Union can help. Open an all-access checking account for Georgia's Own, and you'll get access to more than 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, and get paid up to 2 days early. Best of all, for a limited time, earn a welcome bonus when you open a new all-access checking account. To learn more, visit georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm proud to be one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA. Restrictions apply. Visit georgiasown.org for complete details.
The Braves have over 20 gate giveaways this season, from bobbleheads to wearables. See them all at Braves.com/promos.
All Braves into the bottom of the 4th inning, leading 13-4 over the Red Sox. Boston sends in a new pitcher. They bring along their 4th pitcher of the day. This is the right-hander, Zach Kelly. Kelly, 30 years old, from Newberry, South Carolina. He's been in the big leagues for each of the last 4 seasons with Boston. Pitch on the way from Kelly. And a called strike on Mike Yastrzemski. Last season, Kelly out of the Red Sox bullpen, 28 appearances, a 4.58 ERA. Right-hander takes over for the righty Brooks. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fly ball to deep center field. Going to send Rafaela back. Rafaela to the wall again, and that is gone. Mike Yastrzemski, deepest part of the yard. His 2nd homer today, his 3rd of the spring. And the Braves extend the lead back out to 10 runs as it's now 14-4 Atlanta. Yastrzemski today 3 for 3 with 2 homers, a single, and 3 runs scored, and he's driven in 3 runs. And get him to opening day. He's ready to go. Here's Ozzie Albies. 14-4 Braves. Ozzie takes a called strike. So the Red Sox pitchers today, Bayo went 2 innings, gave up 5 runs, 5 earned. Labriola, a 1/3 of an inning, 4 runs, 4 earned. Brooks, 2/3 of an inning, 4 runs, 4 earned. 0-1 to Albies is outside. Now Kelly's faced 1 batter, given up 1 earned run. They hadn't been fooling anybody today. 14-4 Braves. Here's the 1-1 pitch all the way to Ozzie Albies. Ozzie with a fly ball to center. That'll settle into the center fielder's glove. That's a new center fielder out there. So 1 down here in the inning. That is Braden Ward in center field. It's their first defensive change of the day. First to medium short. Here's Michael Harris. Harris will send one foul. So Braden Ward in center field, replacing Cedon Rafaela, who went 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer. Michael Harris takes the ball low and outside. Michael Harris 1 for 2. And he ends the life of that bat, swinging and fouling one off, and a big chunk of that bat came fluttering off the stick and landed on the grass halfway down the first baseline. So he just turned that bat into an oar. Had a flat side to it after that broken bat. Gets a brand new stick. Opening day, 28 days from today. Just 4 weeks away. Well, wouldn't you love to see an offensive performance like this on opening day? Braves had an 11-run third inning. One-two to Harris. Smoke down the left field line. That'll roll all the way into the corner. That'll bang into the wall. Harris digging for second base, and he's in there standing with a double. This game has been a pitcher's worst nightmare, especially with the Red Sox pitchers. I mean, the Braves have been getting after him today. Extra base hit after extra base hit. Braves have tattooed 4 homers today. All these runs have been earned. Double by Harris, his second hit of the game. Here comes Jonah Heim. Heim takes a called strike. There's only been 1 inning that had a scoreless frame. That was the top of the second. There has been at least 1 run scored in every frame outside of the top of the second. And we're in the bottom of the 4th. Called strike. Red Sox with 1 in the first, none in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Braves with 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 11 runs in the third, and then 1 in the 4th inning. Now the Braves on top 14-4 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Awaiting the 0-2 is Heim. There it is on the way from Kelly after a long glance to second. Sent foul into the seats down the left field line. Chris Sale got the start in this game for the Braves. Went 2 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 3 runs, 3 earned, 3 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. 0-2 to Heim. Heim laces one in the air to left, but in line with Roman Anthony. He makes the catch with the sunglasses on. Back to second base for Michael Harris. Darius Bynes came in to face 1 batter. Head into the third. Then the Braves went further into the bullpen and brought along Iglesias. Iglesias gave up a home run to Marcelo Meyer, and that was all that he surrendered. 2 down for Jorge Mateo. Oh, a little bit low from Zach Kelly. Brown ball to third, backhanded on a knee by Kiner Falefa. Good throw across and dug out by Nick Sogard. Round number 3. And that'll wrap up the bottom of the fourth inning. Braves get another long ball by Mike Yastrzemski. His second home run of the game. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 4 innings behind us. Off to the top of the fifth inning. Braves 14, Red Sox 4.
The Braves and Harris Cherokee Casinos want to give you the spring training trip of a lifetime. Enter now for a shot to win the spring training trip jackpot presented by Harris Cherokee Casinos. Just visit Braves.com/Harris before March 5th and you'll be in the running for a trip for 2 to Northport, Florida. You and a guest will win round trip airfare, ground transportation, hotel accommodations, and tickets to see the Braves on Saturday, March 14th. But you must be 21 or older to enter. Get registered right now at Braves.com/Harris.
Cold months in the South mean that rodents, critters, and pests are trying to find a way into your warm house. Luckily, you can trust the pros at Arrow Exterminators to keep your home pest-free inside and out. Arrow protects homes and businesses and is the official pest control provider of Truist Park and the Braves, so you know you're getting the best from the best. To set up a free pest inspection, call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com.
When life throws you a curveball, whether it's water, fire, or mold damage to your home or business, you need a winning team. You need ServPro. ServPro's licensed, certified, and highly trained team of experts are here to help, offering fast, reliable, professional restoration services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves and Braves Country, our teams are committed to performing at a championship level. When disaster strikes, call ServPro and make it like it never even happened.
Action transfers into the top of the fifth inning here at Cooladay Park in Northport, spring training home of the Braves. Braves all over the Red Sox, 14-4, and they go deeper into the bullpen, bring out one of their newest relievers, Robert Suarez. He signed a 3-year deal with the Braves this offseason. Braves got him as a free agent. He comes over from San Diego. Suarez, 6'2", 210, out of Venezuela, twice an All-Star. This will be his 5th season of the big leagues. A year ago, he led the league in saves with 40 of them. He had 36 the year prior. And this is his first outing this spring. He'll be facing Jason DeLay to lead it off. First pitch on the way from Suarez. This with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball high and away. So good to see Suarez. Real excited to add him into the bullpen. There's the 1-0 to DeLay. Just outside with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. He can certainly bring it. Takes over for Iglesias, who went 1 inning. Gave up 1 run on the homer by Meyer. 2-0 pitch in the air, deep center field. Sprinting back, Michael Harris to the warning track. Makes an over-the-shoulder catch. That's a nice play. Michael making it look very easy. Just a graceful play out in center. 1 down in the 5th. See if Suarez can hang a 0 up on the board. Again, only 1-0 up on the board at this point. That was in the top of the second. Both teams have scored at least 1 run in every other inning. By the way, our old friend, that bald eagle, just soared back into the ballpark on top of the lights in left field. That's been fun to see this spring. Bald strike on Roman Anthony. We got a couple of bald eagles that have been flying around the complex here this spring. And a lot of times they perch way up there on the top of the lights in left field. That thing just soared in here gracefully and plopped down to watch the game. There's a called strike on Anthony, and this will be challenged. Challenged by Roman Anthony. And this is a strike. The call stands. Call confirmed, I should say. 0-2 on Anthony. Anthony is a Florida boy. He's just 21 years old out of Parkland, Florida. He's got a great opportunity coming up in the WBC. 0-2 to Roman Anthony, fouled back. How about this? 3 years ago during the World Baseball Classic, Roman Anthony, 18 years old, he and some of his buddies bought tickets to go watch the WBC in Miami. 3 years later, he's on the team. Won't have to buy a ticket to participate in the WBC this go-round. 0-2 pitch. Chopper to second base. Taken on 2 hops, chest high by Ozzie. Throws over there to Matt Olson for the out. And 2 down here in the 5th inning. Well, that's a great story, Roman Anthony. Going from the seats to on the field, and best of luck to all the participants in the WBC and all the countries that make that annual, right, their semi-annual tournament as great as it is, having that thing every 2-3 years, I believe it is. Not annually, but it's fun when we have the WBC. 2 down for Braden Ward. Ward takes the ball outside. Ward took over in center field last inning for Cedon Rafaela. Pitch from Suarez. Cutter at 93 in for a strike. That's a nasty pitch. After Ward, it would be Duran should he reach. But Suarez looking for a 1-2-3 inning. 1-1 popped up down the left field line, maybe playable. Going back Riley into foul territory, can't get there. That lands 15 feet from the tarp. He was there. Yastrzemski was there. Mateo coming up behind him, just a little bit too far out of their reach. "14 runs on 11 hits for the Braves. 4 runs on 4 hits for the Red Sox. Suarez looking for a 1-2-3 inning. That'd be something. Haven't seen anything close to that in this game. 1-2. Outside with a changeup. Been at least one base runner every inning. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball weakly to the left side. Charging Riley. Scoops and fires on the run. Not in time. Infield single for Braden Ward. That was a slow roller on the grass. And that extends the inning. So still no 1-2-3 innings in this game. So the inning continues for Jarren Duran. What feels like 2 weeks ago, Duran hit a home run in the first inning, gave the Red Sox the early lead. That feels like forever ago with everything that's taken place in this game since then. Duran takes a ball outside. Duran, 29 years old, 7th round pick in 2018 out of Long Beach State. And he's led the American League in triples each of the last 2 years. In fact, he has 34 career triples. A very triple-friendly ballpark there at Fenway. That'll be fouled back. But he still has a long way to go to catch Harry Hooper, who is the Red Sox franchise leader in career triples. He had 130 triples in his career. That's a bunch of three-baggers, isn't it? 130 triples in his career. 1-1 pitch. Duran chases a high heater, missed every stitch of it. That came humming in there at 99. Harry Hooper, 130 triples. All right, 1-2 on Duran. He calls time, backs out of there, just the batting gloves. There's the hair flipping out of the back of his Navy helmet. Red sleeves down to the wrists. Navy and white batting gloves on his hands. Grips the bat, waiting on the righty Suarez, whose uniform is rippling in the Florida breeze. 1-2, tied him up with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. That'll play. That strikeout into the top of the 5th inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We're halfway home. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. All Braves, 14-4.
Whether it's a slip that ends in a slip disc, a knee that's holding you back, or shoulder pain hurting your game, you can count on Northside Hospital Orthopedics. With leading care in Georgia at convenient locations all across the state, we're here to get you back on your feet, no matter what comes your way. Because Georgia moves us, and we keep Georgia moving. Find a provider near you at northside.com/ortho. That's northside.com/ORTHO.
Napa has the parts and the expertise to help your business stay ahead of the game. That's why Napa is a proud partner of the 2025 Atlanta Braves. 2 legends driven to win from the field to the open road. While Napa is powering fleets and garages across the country, the Braves are delivering pennants, MVPs, and championships. So no matter the size of your business, Napa are the pros that know how to keep you moving at full speed.
Napa know how.
I remember the hard road that led to this moment.
And the MLB Comeback Player of the Year is Atlanta Braves pitcher Johnny Venters.
Every day I work towards a better future for my family, my teammates, and my community. Having a setback in life can be devastating, but each challenge is a setup for your strongest comeback.
Braves win!
That's why I trust Globe Life. For over 125 years, they have been helping families protect their financial future. Globe Life. Make tomorrow better.
All value games at Truist Park get you $15 tickets, $10 parking, food and beverage offers, and more. Learn more at Braves.com/value.
Hope you're having a great Friday. Thanks for spending some time with us for Braves spring training. Braves at home today, welcoming in the Red Sox and thumping Boston 14-4 as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. New pitcher for the Red Sox is Kyle Keller. So they go from Kelly to Keller. Kyle Keller, 6'4", 205 pounds, out of New Orleans. Went to southeastern Louisiana. They're in Hammond. We'll be facing the top of the Braves order. Ben Ingram here with you from Cool Today Park. Ronald Acuna has already hit a grand slam. He swings and misses at a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. This has been something by Ronald today. A walk in the first inning, 2 steals, and a run scored. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Chops that one foul on the third base line. 2 innings later, in his first at-bat of the third inning, he singled and scored. And in his second at-bat of the third inning, hit a grand slam. So he's been up 3 times, on 3 times, scored 3 times, 4 RBIs, 2 steals. He's done everything but sell hot dogs in this game. There's a ball low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Could be Ronald's last at-bat with the Braves before the WBC. This is his last game before the WBC. 1-2 pitch. And a curveball missed inside. Or rather, now a 2-2 count on Acuna. Waiting on this right-hander, Kyle Keller. Keller was in the big leagues last in 2021. There's a called third strike. Good curveball by Keller. So Acuna goes down looking. 1 down here in the 5th inning. That is the first time of the game a Red Sox pitcher has gotten the leadoff man of an inning out. So you've had some tone-setting innings while the guy's batting leadoff. That'll be fouled off by Profar, 0-1. Profar, 2 RBIs today. RBI double, sac fly, and a run scored. 1 to Jurickson. That's in for a called strike. Jurickson will be leaving Braves camp today to go play for the Netherlands in the WBC. He and Ozzie Albies both will be playing for the Netherlands. That team managed by Hall of Famer Andrew Jones. There's a ball inside, 1-2 on Profar. So that'll be exciting as they get to play for a guy that they grew up idolizing in Andrew Jones, as so many of us did. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way to Jurickson. Profar. Jurickson pops one back. The wind will push this, but it will go foul. Obviously, Ronald Acuna will be playing for the Venezuelan team. Braves have 6 players in camp that'll be participating in the 2026 World Baseball Classic. 1-2 pitch. Pulled foul. So Ronald Acuna, Team Venezuela. Javi Guerra will be playing for Team Panama. Also, Nacho Alvarez will be representing Mexico. Ozzie Albies, Jurickson Profar, and Chadwick Tromp all be playing for Andrew Jones and Team Netherlands. Curveball in the dirt, swung on and missed. Profar strikes out. 2 down here in the 5th inning. And we wish all of them the best of luck with their countries and their teams. And excited to watch them on the world stage in the WBC. Best of luck to all of them. 2 down for Matt Olson. He too is homered in this game. Braves have belted 4 home runs today. Olson takes the first pitch strike. Ronald Acuna a grand slam. Matt Olson a solo homer. And Mike Yastrzemski has belted not one but 2 solo home runs in this game. And the Braves leading 14-4. Olson takes a ball high. Count even 1-1. One to Matt. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. Braves will see the Orioles tomorrow. Next time we see the Red Sox will be on March 14th. That'll be a night game right here. And the Braves later in spring have 2 trips down to Fort Myers to see the Red Sox on the road. 2-1 pitch to Matt Olson. That'll be inside. Yeah, the next time we see Boston under the lights here at Coeur d'Alene Park. Those night games during the spring session, always fun. Braves have hit the lights out in this game today. All inside, Matt Olson takes a walk. Still no 1, 2, 3 innings. You can just abandon hope on those. There's been at least 1 base runner every single inning. Now the Braves will send out a pinch runner. John Hill. John Hill pinch runs for Matt Olson. All right, so a job well done by Olson. On base 3 times in the game, 2 walks and a homer. Austin Riley takes the ball outside. 2 down in the inning. If Riley reaches, then Brewer Hicklin will get a trip to the plate, as he'll be taking over for Mike Yastrzemski. Austin Riley takes the ball low and outside. You know he wants to get in on the action. Look, this is a day where everyone has contributed. I mean, we're only in the 5th inning, and it's a 14-4 lead for the Braves. 14 runs on 11 hits for the Braves. But there's always that one sacrificial lamb, isn't there? You have a big outpouring offensively, and it seems like there's always one guy who has to pay the price for the other 8. And Riley, to this point, has been that guy. He's 0 for 3. Everybody else has been on base at least once. Everybody else has scored at least 1 run. Riley 0 for 3, trying to change that here. 2-0 pitch. Ball high, 3-0. Acuna scored 3 times. Profar once. Olson twice. Yastrzemski 3 runs scored. Albies, Harris, and Heim all 1 run scored. And Mateo scored twice. There's ball 4. And for Riley, a change is going to come. He's down there at first base, and he's aboard for the first time in the game. Back-to-back 2-out walks. Hill down to second base. That'll bring Brewer Hicklin up to the plate. Braves will send out a pinch runner, Nacho Alvarez. And that ends the day for Riley, so he reaches in his final trip to the plate. Two on, 2 gone for Brewer Hicklin. Day comes to an end for Yastrzemski. What a day for Mike. My goodness. 3 for 3, 2 homers, a single, 3 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. That'll pay the bills, won't it? 1-0 to Hicklin. Ball outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Hicklin fouls 1 back. Still the only change for the Red Sox is Ward in center, Braden Ward. All their regulars are still in there, but that could certainly change after 1 more at bat. And we're expecting a bunch of changes for the Braves once we roll into the top of the 6th. We'll just wait and see. 2-1 pitch. Hicklin takes a wild hack and a miss at a cutter. Hicklin adjusting those bright white batting gloves.
I kind of like slow down. You know, like you start and you stop. And you just, it wasn't like...
He requests time. Hicklin, 6'1", 215 out of UAB. Grew up in Huntsville, Alabama. Been with the Royals, Brewers, and Tigers in his career. 2-2 is outside. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Braves Radio Network.
Atlanta Braves spring training is live on WIFN Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station, 1340 and 103.7 FM.
Runners will take off. 3-2 pitch, nowhere near. Just about hit him in the foot with a curveball. So 3 straight 2-out walks from the right-hander Kyle Keller. That loads the bases. Now visit to the mound as Alex Core is going to trot out there. He's going to take the ball away from Keller. Keller has to be just really upset with himself as he walks off the field. 2 up and 2 down, striking out Acuna and Profar. But then he walks Olsen, walks Riley, walks Hicklin. And he leaves the game in some trouble with the bases loaded. And the Red Sox will go to Jeremy Wu Yelland. He trots in from the left field bullpen. It's a hyphenated last name, Jeremy Wu Yelland, W-U-Y-E-L-L-A-N-D. Jeremy Wu Yelland is a left-hander out of the University of Hawaii. Jeremy Wu Yelland last year was between High A Greenville and Double A Portland. And his work last year between the 2 stops, he went 3-1 with a 3.15 ERA. Jeremy Wu Yelland. So, Jeremy Wu Yelland becomes the 6th pitcher used by Alex Core in this game. They have used Bayo, Labriola, Brooks, Kelly, Keller, and now Wu Yelland. And every single pitcher before this inning has given up at least 1 run. And if the Braves find a way to score a run here with the bases loaded 2 down, that would continue for Keller, as all 3 of the runners aboard right now would be his responsibility should they score. Braves leading 14-4 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They've done damage every single inning, but if you missed the 3rd inning, well, you missed everything. Braves scored 11 runs in the 3rd inning. Just had their way with their pitchers that inning. They had to use 3 pitchers to get through that inning. Ozzie Albies takes a sweeper outside from Jeremy Wu Yelland. Michael Harris on deck. 1-0 pitch fouled back. Count even 1 ball and 1 strike. Ozzie skies one. Playable, foul ground, first base side. Drifting back into fair play now as Nick Sogard makes the catch 10 feet in front of the bag at first. And for the first time in the game, neither team scores in an inning. 0 up there on both halves of the 5th inning. We go to the top of the 6th. Braves 14, Red Sox 4.
Hey, this is Jaron Solomon from Solomon Brothers Jewelers. People ask me all the time, what does it mean to be the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves? And it means a lot to the Solomon family. I'm born and raised here in Atlanta, Georgia, and more importantly, I'm a Southeast kid. And the Atlanta Braves have meant everything to me growing up. They're a fabric of their community. We believe we're a fabric of this community. And being associated with the Atlanta Braves has truly been an honor, and we really appreciate it. Go Braves.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
The Braves and Harris Cherokee Casinos want to give you the spring training trip of a lifetime. Enter now for a shot to win the spring training trip jackpot presented by Harris Cherokee Casinos. Just visit Braves.com/Harris before March 5th and you'll be in the running for a trip for two to Northport, Florida. You and a guest will win round trip airfare, ground transportation, hotel accommodations, and tickets to see the Braves on Saturday, March 14th. But you must be 21 or older to enter. Get registered right now at Braves.com/Harris.
Top of the sixth inning, Braves 14, Red Sox 4. Bunch of changes for Atlanta. New pitcher is Aaron Bummer. First time we've seen the left-hander this spring. 6'3", 215, 32-year-old left-hander who made 42 appearances with the Braves last season. This will be his third appearance as a Brave this year. Last season, 3-2 with a 3.81 ERA. Takes over for Suarez. As Suarez works one inning, gives up one hit, also one strikeout. Other changes for the Braves. Dominic Smith takes over at first base. New second baseman is Aaron Schunk. Julio Abreu takes a called strike from Bummer. It's still Jorge Mateo at shortstop for the Braves. New third baseman is Nacho Alvarez. Get to the outfielders after this 0-1 pitch to Abreu. Here it is from Bummer. There's a weak ground ball to second. Schunk has got it. Wings it over to first base. And one down here in the top of the sixth inning. In the outfield for the Braves, Eric Hartman takes over in left field. Brewer Hicklin remains in the game in center. Owen Carey is the new right fielder. Still Heim behind the plate. So left to right in the outfield, Hartman, Hicklin, and Carey. Left to right of the infield, Alvarez, Mateo, Schunk, and Smith. And Bummer on the mound. Here's Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Takes the ball low and inside. Earlier in the broadcast, we were talking about the Red Sox making the postseason last year for the first time since 2021. The 2021 team lost to the Astros in the ALCS, who then lost to the Braves in the World Series. That'll be fouled back by Kiner-Falefa. The last time the Red Sox won the World Series was 2018. That was a team that Chris Sale was on, actually pitched the final out in that series versus the Dodgers. And that team set a franchise record with 108 victories as they won the World Series in 2018. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Kiner-Falefa pops one up, should be playable down the first base line. Dominic Smith under it, drifting right, makes the squeeze, and two down. You know, you think about the Red Sox history, and especially here in the last 25 years, ending that World Series championship drought in 2004, they've done a lot of winning as they've won World Series after World Series here in the last 25 years. But surprisingly enough, that 108 victory Red Sox team in 2018 was only the fourth team in Red Sox franchise history to win 100 or more games. That'll be swung on and missed. A little bit surprising, isn't it? You think about some of the teams that they've had, especially the last 25 years. You'd expect more than 4 100-win seasons. But boy, they really made it count in the postseason, regardless of wins, 100 or not. There's a called strike. Red Sox teams that have won 100 or more games. It happened in 1912, happened in 1915, also happened in 1946, and then in 2018, the only seasons that have seen the Red Sox win 100 or more. There's a ball outside. Braves, by comparison, have done it 13 times. Yet the Red Sox have 5 more World Series titles than the Braves. So interesting how it shakes out. Braves franchise with 13 100-win campaigns. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way to Meyer. That's low and outside. Two and 2 on Marcelo Meyer. Braves on top 14-4 in the top of the sixth inning. Aaron Bummer fires a 2-2. Got him swinging. That's a good curveball. So he has a 1-2-3 inning. That's the first 1-2-3 frame of the game. We welcome it with open arms. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Braves leading 14-4.
Strike three.
Good calls. They're great in baseball games, and they're even better when you need a law firm. If you've been in an auto accident and need legal representation, do yourself a favor and get the best call there is. I'm attorney Ken Nugent. My team will fight for you and stick with you from start to finish, working hard to get your money quick. Give our team a call. 404-CALL-KEN. One call, that's all. Proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Kenneth S. Nugent, PC, Attorneys at Law, 1355 Peachtree Street Northeast, Suite 1000, Atlanta, Georgia, 30309.
Hey, baseball fans, if you've ever dreamed of going on the ultimate road trip, this one's for you. Grand Slam Getaways offers bucket list bus trips designed for fans who love the game and want to travel in style to multiple major league ballparks. All trips depart from Atlanta and include great tickets, hotels, side trips, and even some player appearances. Tours include at least 2 Atlanta road games, so get ready to root for the road team. Check out this year's trips at grandslam-getaways.com. That's grandslam-getaways.com.
Have you ever wondered if there was something special you could put on your food to make it even better? There is, and it's called the Original Louisiana Brand Hot Sauce, perfectly blending zesty peppers, tangy vinegar, and salty salt. The Original Louisiana Brand Hot Sauce makes curly fries into curl your toes fries, and every plate of nachos into nacho heck yeah. Only the Original Louisiana Brand Hot Sauce is bold enough to be the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some.
The Braves Cup Music Fest at Truist Park is June 13th, featuring Cody Johnson, Ella Langley, and more. Get tickets at Braves.com/Braves Country Fest.
Ben Ingram here with you from Cooler Day Park in Northport. Braves have a 14-4 lead over the Red Sox. Dominic Smith, I should say, leads off of the Braves. Dominic Smith facing Jeremy Wu Yellen. Bunch of changes for the Red Sox. Get to those in just a moment. 1 ball and no strikes on Dominic Smith. Left on left matchup, ball outside. Changes for the Red Sox. Nathan Hickey has taken over at first base. The new second baseman is Avinson Pinto. That's the right side of their infield. Hickey and Pinto. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Smith pops one up towards the Red Sox dugout, coming over the new third baseman Alex Ferguson. That's out of play. New shortstop is Tyler McDonough. The new third baseman is Alex Ferguson. So left to right of the infield, Ferguson, McDonough, Pinto, and Hickey. There's the 1-1 pitch on the way to Dominic Smith, and that hit him. 77-mile-an-hour sweeper came in and got a piece of Dominic Smith. New left fielder is Philip Sykes. And the center fielder is still Braden Ward. And the new right fielder is Alan Castro. And they have a brand new catcher. This is Nate Baez behind the plate. Hard hit ball down the left field line by Jonah Heim. That will roll all the way into the corner. Dominic Smith trucking at third base. He'll hold right there. That'll be a double by Jonah Heim. Second time he's been aboard in the game. Braves threatening again. They have a 10-run lead and looking for something even bigger here in the sixth inning. So Smith hit by a pitch. Heim with a double, and here's Jorge Mateo. Bottom of the sixth inning, 14-4 Braves. Left-hander Jeremy Wu Yellen pumps in a called strike on Mateo. You remember there in the top of the first inning, rather top of the sixth inning, we're talking about 100-win seasons. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way to Jorge Mateo. Wilson one foul. There wasn't a team in all the Major League Baseball that won 100 last year, believe it or not. Brewers had 97 wins. That led the league. But I'll tell you something in a moment that you might not have known. No balls and 2 strikes on Mateo. Here it is from Wu Yellen. And a strike 3 call in the outside corner. Plays the outer half of the dish with a fastball. One down here in the sixth inning. That's going to be challenged. Mateo wants to challenge that strike 3 call. He thought it was outside, and he was right. Call is overturned as that missed outside by quarter of an inch. A little bit more than that, actually. They say a fourth. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That'll be popped up right side of the infield. Hickey drifting. So is Pinto. He's got it in shallow right. 2 down here in the inning. Yeah, just under a half an inch that missed outside a moment ago on the challenge. All right, how about this? We're talking about 100-win seasons. Would you believe there are some franchises in Major League Baseball that have never had a 100-win season? 7 of them. There's a ball outside. Blue Jays, Rangers, Marlins, Nationals, Brewers, Padres, and Rockies have never won 100 in their franchise's history. There's a call strike. And you got franchises like the Jays, the Rangers, the Marlins, and the Nationals that have all won at least one World Series, but have never won 100 games. Pitch to Owen Carey, bounced out on the first base line. So 7 franchises have never won 100 games. Here's another step to that. There's only one franchise in all of Major League Baseball that has never had a 100-loss season. Just one. There's the 1-2 pitch, and he plunks Owen Carey with a sweeper. That pitch just won't behave. He hit Smith with that same pitch. He's now hit Owen Carey. So I'll let you think on it for a while. How about that? I'll let you chew on it for a minute. We'll give you the answer in the top of the 7th. The one Major League franchise that has never lost 100 games in a season. Alex Lodis will come to the plate. Braves leading 14-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning. You get a 14-4 game in the 6th inning. It's a good time for trivia, isn't it? Braves looking for more. Bases loaded. They've hit 1 grand slam in this game. They've hit 4 homers altogether. 2 solo shots by Mike Yastrzemski and a solo homer by Matt Olson. Now Alex Lodis to the plate. Lodis takes the ball high. The 11-run 3rd inning. And that's the one that clicked for the Braves. Leading 14-4. 2-2 low and inside on Lodis. Lodis, a 2nd-round draft choice of the Braves a year ago out of Florida State. Lodis takes a ball inside. The Braves got him in the 2nd round last year. There are a lot of folks who thought he would be a 1st-round pick, but fell to the Braves in the 2nd round. Went to Bartram Trail High School in St. John's, Florida. There's a ball inside off the mid of Nate Baez. And that is ball 4 to walk a run in. That makes it 15-4. And trotting in the score is Dominic Smith. But there's a pretty good amount of Red Sox fans here. And, of course, they can't, don't imagine they're enjoying themselves watching their team lose 15-4. But I tell you who's probably having the worst day of anybody down there. Pitch on the way to Eric Hartman, in for a called strike. That's pitching coach Andrew Bailey. He's probably ready to pull his hair out. They've used 6 different pitchers. They've allowed 15 runs, a dozen hits. Swing and a miss by Hartman. 2 batters hit by pitches. 8 walks compared to 5 strikeouts. Kind of game that would give a pitching coach indigestion. So that's probably the plot of Andrew Bailey down there. There's a ball way outside of Hartman, 1-2. Left on left matchup. 1-2, lifted in the air, foul ground down the left field line, over to give it a look. Max Ferguson tries to make a backhanded catch and just out of his reach. One up against the railing. Patrick Halligan now tossing in the Red Sox bullpen. Halligan, a right-hander. One-two from Wu Yellen. That'll miss outside. 2-2 on Eric Hartman. Saw Hartman take over in left field in the top of the inning, and he'll whistle one foul right down the right field line. That was just out of the reach of Nathan Hickey. If he makes that catch, he easily steps on the bag for a double play to end the inning, but that was just out of his reach and barely foul. Two-two pitch. Up that in. Close shave of that fastball. Let's see. Hartman, the 7th Brave to the plate here in the 6th inning. Ready with a 3-2 offering. Here it comes. That'll be flipped in the air towards foul ground. Coming over Ferguson. That lands foul. He was well off the line, tried to run hard to his right, and just out of his reach. Swing and a miss by Hartman, got him on a slider. Two down for Nacho Alvarez. Base is still loaded. 2 down for him. And Alvarez cranks one deep but foul. Inning started with Dominic Smith being hit by a pitch. And Jonah Heim doubled. And Owen Carey was hit by a pitch. There's a ball inside. One run has been plated here in the 6th inning. 1-1, sent foul right off the end of the bat. Ball out to the mound, glove back of second by Pinto, steps on the bag for the out. And that ends the bottom of the 6th inning. But one more run for the Braves. They've had a field day offensively today. We'll go to the 7th inning, leading 15-4.
When your schedule sounds like this. Are you kidding me? An oil change is the last thing you have time for. So drive into Take 5 and let our techs change your oil, check your tires, top off your fluids, and have you back on the road pit stop fast. All while you stay in your car. No putting your entire schedule on hold, no upsells, no problem. So you can get back to your to-do list. Or not. Find your nearest shop at Take5.com. Take 5, the stay in your car 10-minute oil change.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro's swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Baseball fans know you win by having a strong lineup, and Jim Ellis Buick GMC has one of the strongest.
From powerful GMC trucks to refined Buick SUVs, you'll find a great selection, competitive pricing, and a buying experience that delivers every time.
Shop online at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person in Chamblee, just inside 285, or in Buford, near the Mall of Georgia. Jim Ellis Buick GMC, we are professional grade.
Jim Ellis, expect the best. New pitcher for the Braves is Hunter Stratton. He takes over here in the top of the 7th. Braves leading this one 15-4. And most of those runs came in the 3rd inning when the Braves scored 11 times. Also, a few other changes for the Braves. Jim Jarvis takes over at shortstop, and Sandy Leon is the new catcher. So all the starters out of there now. Leon behind the plate, Smith at first, Shunk at second, Jarvis at short, still Alvarez at third. And that outfield left to right, still Hartman, Hicklin, and Carey. And on the mound for the Braves is Hunter Stratton. Stratton is the 6th pitcher used by the Braves in this game. Nathan Hickey leads off. Right-hander Stratton, 6'4", 225. Braves got him from Pittsburgh last year. And a called strike on Nathan Hickey. All Braves. They've out-hit them 12-5. They've out-homered them 4-3. Hickey takes a ball inside. All right, we told you we'd give you your trivia answer this inning. There's one major league franchise that has never had a 100-loss season. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. Nathan Hickey takes a strike on the outside corner. Ask that same question to a few folks. Now, this will be an ABS challenge. Hickey will challenge this. And let's wait and see. That entire ball was in the zone by 2 inches. I don't know what. Actually, that's Castro down there, not Hickey. I don't know what he thought he saw, but that was as much a strike as anything. 1-2 to Castro. Big chopper over the mound, charging in Jarvis, gloves in front of the bag, fires over, bang, bang, and got him. So 1 down to the inning. Yeah, asked that same trivia question to a few different people before we went on the air. And I found it fascinating. I got the same answer by a few different people where the guess was the St. Louis Cardinals. And that answer is incorrect, but there is a little bit of a caveat to that. Cardinals, while they have had 4 100-loss seasons in their franchise's history, there's a called strike there on Hickey. Or rather Baez, I should say. Baez up to the plate. The last time the Cardinals lost 100 or more games was 1908. One fouled off. So, yeah, the Cardinals have had 4 100-loss seasons, but 2 of them were in the 1800s. The other 2 were in 1907 and 1908. They have not had a 100-loss season in over 100 years. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way to Baez. And he slugs one way in the air to deep left center field. Hartman going to the wall, reaches up, and that's off his glove and off the wall. Lost his hat, lost his glove. Now it'll be a double out of Baez. So Nate Baez, the catcher for the Red Sox, just pounded one off the left field wall. Fortunately, Hartman's all right out there, he and Hicklin. They did not collide, but they came together and just missed each other. Hartman lost. I mean, it was a yard sale by Hartman. Glove was dangling by the end of his fingers. His hat came off. And he went down out there like a villain in a Western movie. There's a 2-hopper to second base. Up with it, Shunk. Throws over to first base, gets the out. Over to third base for Baez. And a 4-3 putout. So the answer, the Los Angeles Angels have never had a 100-loss season. They're the only franchise in Major League Baseball that's never lost 100. They had one season where they lost 99, but they've never had a 100-loss campaign. So 7 franchises have never won 100, and 1 has never lost 100. There's a called strike. Braves leading 15-4 in the top of the 7th. This is Hickey to the plate. We finally got that one right, and we said he was up at the plate twice this inning, and he's finally up there. He's been up there on the scoreboard the last 3 batters. We're getting it figured out one batter at a time. 2 down, runner at third. Here's a 1-1 pitch. I think he swings and misses. There's a 1-2 pitch from the right-hander Stratton. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 97-mile-an-hour sinker. Braves leading 15-4. Just looking for some quick outs, get this thing rolling through and put it in the win column. 2-2 low and in with a fastball. Good job by Leon keeping that from going to the backstop. There has been one 1-2-3 frame the entire game. That was in the 6th inning. Red Sox went down in order. And at least one base runner every frame outside of that. A 3-2. Cranked in the air, deep right field, over to his left carry, at the wall, gone. A 2-run homer by Nathan Hickey to make it a 15-6 game. That was a moonshot to right. That was about as high as the lights out there to right field. And Hickey got all of it to get it out of here. So that's now the 4th home run of the game for the Red Sox. There have been 8 home runs today, 4 for either team. So the inning continues. Ball strike on Braden Ward. Top of the 7th, Braves 15, Red Sox 6. Here's the 0-1 from Hunter Stratton. Line drive up the middle, and a base hit in the right center field by Ward. He's had a couple good swings. He's going to hustle this out around first into second. Hicklin and Carey taking their time to get there in right center field, and Ward never took his foot off the pedal. He kept motoring around and picked up 2 bags on that. Now Jeremy Heflin, Braves pitching coach, going to trot out there and visit with Stratton. He was moving all the way. Yeah, 2 really good swings by Braden Ward in this game. Meanwhile, J.R. Ritchie up and tossing in the Braves bullpen. Jeremy Heflin, new pitching coach for the Braves, jogging off the field. And back into the Braves dugout. Really excited to have Jeremy aboard. Made a really impressive name for himself as a pitching coach with the Mets. And now in the Braves organization. 2 down for Max Ferguson. Ferguson swings and misses. First pitch slider from Stratton, so hopefully that visit to the mound got him back on track. Stratton there at the belt, 0-1 pitch. That time he puts a slider over for a strike, so 0-2. Wind has been blowing out the entire game. And I can't imagine there's been a single pitcher that's had a whole lot of fun in this game outside of maybe Bummer. He had a 1-2-3 inning. Suarez gave up just 1 hit. 2 a little bit low and outside, 1-2. Fine space, just 1 batter. Didn't give up anything. But this has been a day ruled by the hitters. 2 teams have combined for 20 hits and combined for 21 runs. Hadn't been a single error in the game. 1-2, punched out to first. Nice sliding stop to his left by Dominic Smith, but nobody's in the bag. They throw to Stratton. He brings it to the plate. Play at the plate, not in time. Ward running all the way around. Great play by Smith, diving to his left as he was right there at the cutout, the back of the cutout in the right field. But when he spun up to look at first base, no one was there. Stratton was still 7-8 feet from the bag to get over there and cover. So Smith threw to Stratton, who acted like a cutoff man, and then he threw to the plate, trying to get Ward. And that was too late as well. It's now a 15-7 game. Called strike on Ronald Rosario. So the inning continues. 3 runs have scored here in the 7th for the Red Sox. 1 reach and a miss by Rosario. 0-2. Goes down as a base hit for Ferguson. Rosario sends 1 foul. Nothing in 2 as Stratton set. Righty deals. And a weak ground ball fouled on the third base line. 3 runs have been plated by the Red Sox, and they're still trailing by 8 runs in the contest. A double by Baez, a 2-run homer by Hickey, double by Ward, single by Ferguson. Righty matchup in the 0-2 to Rosario. Misses high, 1-2. Stratton's 1-2, and that time he solves him. Got him with a cutter, swing and a miss. There's the 3rd out. Time for us to stretch him out here in Northport. Red Sox with a 3-run 7th. We go to the bottom of the inning, 15-7 Braves.
Hey guys, it's Chris Domino. Have you noticed cracks in your walls or around doors or windows? Or how about cracks in your bricks outside? That means it's time to pick up the phone and call the only foundation repair company in Atlanta with professional engineers on staff. Engineered Solutions of Georgia, they offer lifetime warranties from trusted professionals who will fix it right the first time. And they're a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Do not wait until it's too late. Call 678-ESOG now.
678-ESOG now. Braves fans, when you listen to the game, you know there's more happening than what shows up in the box score. The same is true after a truck crash. These cases aren't like car accidents. Different rules, different playbook. I'm attorney John Foy, the strong arm. I know how trucking companies move fast to protect themselves and what they hope you never find out. If you've been hit by a big truck, you need someone who's ready to step up and swing for the fences. Make the right call. Attorney John Foy and Associates, proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
You need all the energy you can get for game day. Luckily at Georgia Power, we know a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit georgiapower.com/myenergy to learn more.
The Braves have over 20 gate giveaways this season, from bobbleheads to wearables. See them all at braves.com/promos.
Braves on top of the Red Sox 15-7 into the bottom of the 7th inning. Offense has dominated the day. And the new pitcher for the Red Sox is Ryan Watson. Looking how things have gone today, more like a new lamb led to the slaughter. Brewer Hicklin is the batter. Here's the first pitch on the way from Watson. That'll miss inside. Yeah, Red Sox have used Bayo, Labriola, Brooks, Kelly, Keller, Wu Yellen. And Watson give it up 15 runs on a dozen hits. Called strike on Brewer Hicklin. Watson, a right-hander. He's from Atlanta, went to Georgia State. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Hicklin hits one hard in the air to left field. Going back, Sykes got it in his sights, and he brings it down. One down here in the 7th inning. Aaron Shunk to the plate. Ryan Watson, 6'3", 205. He was actually an independent ball 2 years ago in Florence. Made 3 appearances in the Frontier League. Blue Jays then grabbed him. He was at Double-A New Hampshire in the Eastern League in the Blue Jays organization a year ago. Went 5-8 with a 4.79 ERA. First pitch misses low to Aaron Shunk. 1 ball and no strikes. Braves 15, Red Sox 7. Now the 1-0 pitch. Fouled back into the screen. Dominic Smith will follow Shunk. And then it would be Sandy Leon if anyone reaches. One and a fly ball. Lazily hit towards right field. Castro and Ward there. That's Ward's ball. Has it for the out, 2 down. Braves going into 2026 with a brand new manager in Walt Weiss. It's been fun to be around Walt this spring, and his first spring at the helm with the Braves. Of course, been the bench coach here for the last 7-8 years. Had a really good playing career. Pitch on the way to Dominic Smith. Clubbed through the right side. Turned on that one. Got a fastball to his liking. And put that right in between Pinto and Hickey on the right side. So 1-out single. The thing about Walt Weiss, just go to his playing days. 14 years in the big leagues as a player. A's, Marlins, Rockies, Braves. And he was a Rookie of the Year once and an All-Star, obviously Rookie of the Year once, but an All-Star once. And his Rookie of the Year season and his All-Star season separated by a decade. Rookie of the Year in the American League in 88, All-Star in the National League in 98. Sandy Leon takes a called strike. Had over 1,200 hits and a 14-year career, and part of that 1989 A's team that won the World Series over the Giants, the Earthquake Series. Pitch on the way to Leon. Not a miss outside. And not his first tour of duty as a manager in the big leagues. Managed the Rockies 2013 through 2016. And then came to the Braves in 2018 as the bench coach. So the bench coach for 8 years, now the manager of the Braves. Leon takes a strike. Fastball there from Watson. And a 1-2 count on Sandy Leon. Strike 3 call. That ends the bottom of the 7th. Braves get a 2-out single from Smith, and nothing after that. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Braves 15, Red Sox 7.
It's rolling. That jackpot's rolling.
Got yourself a scratcher that didn't win? Well, my friend, it still could, because now all non-winning scratchers can be entered to win the Rollin' Jackpot, which rolls and grows.
That jackpot's rolling.
The Rollin' Jackpot, another way to win from the Georgia Lottery. Learn more and enter at GALottery.com. Play responsibly.
Hear that? That's the sound of a car rolling into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. The sound of another savvy driver getting an oil change from trained pros. The sound of not having to leave your car while we quickly change your oil. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, there's no hassle with appointments or dealer wait times. That's one smart bell.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Lease a new 2026 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $289 a month for 39 months. Offer valid through March 2nd, 2026. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $42.88 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
We've reached the 8th inning. All Braves 15-7 over the Red Sox, and the Braves go deeper into the bullpen, bring out J.R. Ritchie, one of the promising young prospects in the organization. 22 years old, 6'2", 185, second time we've seen him this spring. Former 35th overall pick in 2022 out of Bainbridge High School in Bainbridge Island, Washington. So J.R. Ritchie will be facing 5, 6, and 7 the Red Sox order. This will be Sykes to the plate to lead off. Sykes took over in left field last inning. And the first pitch to Philip Sykes. Check swing. And he did not go. 1 ball and no strikes. Fastball 95 from Ritchie. He pitched 2 innings earlier this spring. 2 scoreless, hitless innings. All outside of Philip Sykes. There's some really good outings that we've seen this spring from young pitchers. And certainly Ritchie, one of those guys. Here's the 2-0. That's in for a called strike. Owen Murphy was outstanding when we saw him on Tuesday against the Tigers. 2 scoreless innings. Also Garrett Bauman had 2 scoreless versus the Orioles. This one's hit a mile high towards the clouds. Under this thing, Eric Hartman waiting on it to come down, and it settles into his glove for the out. 1 down. Now, that's an exciting thing about some of these young pitchers, as we're seeing some outings from some young prospects in camp here in the first week or so, and they've been very impressive. See what kind of strides they make here in 2026 and if they can reach the big leagues. 1 out for Evans and Pinto. Pinto takes a ball high. I'll tell you what, if you're scoring at home for this game, you're some kind of brave. The scorebook is absolutely heinous right about now. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Pinto swings and misses. A 15-7 game. Been about 15 pitchers used in this game. Here's the 1-1 to Pinto. He'll swing and miss 1 and 2. That'll leave your scorebook looking like the Battle of Gettysburg. But making our way through. And the Braves trying to put this thing into the win column. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Had him reaching for a really good sinker. That was away from Pinto. 2 down here in the 8th. Good tailing action on that sinker from J.R. Ritchie. Two down for Alan Castro. Ritchie searching for what will be the second 1-2-3 inning of the game. Red Sox went down in order in the 6th inning. Ball outside to Alan Castro. 1-0 to Castro. In for a strike, 1-1. All the reserves in there now for the Braves, but it was a splendid day for the starters. Ronald Acuna on base 3 times, scored 3 times at a grand slam. 1-1 in for a strike. Matt Olson was on a couple of times, walked and hit a homer. Mike Yastrzemski 3 for 3 with 2 solo homers and a single. RBI single, I should add. Ozzie Albies 2 RBI double. Michael Harris an RBI single and a double. 1-2, just missed with a curve. Well, that was close. Ritchie grabs the rosin bag, gives it a squeeze. Ready to cut loose at 2-2. Righty fires. Struck him out. Wiped him out with a fastball. He went down swinging and lost his helmet in the process. And that's a 1-2-3-8 by the very impressive J.R. Ritchie. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Braves 15, Red Sox 7.
Spring is in the air, Braves fans. As the Braves get Truist Park ready for opening day, it's time to get your lawn in shape too. As the official partner of the Atlanta Braves grounds crew, Pennington knows what it takes to grow a lush, healthy lawn. With over 80 years of history rooted right here in Braves country, Pennington helps you grow a yard you can be proud of. Gear up for spring with Pennington Grass Seed. Available at the Home Depot.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Michelin's up to $180 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Michelin's and save up to $180 more. See store for details.
When the game is on the line, you need a team you can depend on. The same is true when shopping for a luxury vehicle. That's why I depend on the winning team at Jim Ellis Cadillac.
Enjoy a quick, easy, and convenient shopping experience with a team of experts you can trust.
Find your new Cadillac at JimEllisCadillac.com or stop by for a VIP shopping experience just inside I-285 on Peachtree Boulevard.
Jim Ellis Cadillac, where you can always expect the best.
Jim Ellis, expect the best.
All value games at Truist Park get you $15 tickets, $10 parking, food and beverage offers, and more. Learn more at Braves.com/value.
Into the bottom of the 8th. Braves 15, Red Sox 7. New pitcher for the Red Sox, Seth Martinez. 6'2", 195 out of Arizona State. He's from Peoria, Arizona. And Seth Martinez, who's been in the big leagues with the Astros and the Marlins, coming along now here in the bottom of the 8th inning. He'll be facing Jim Jarvis. 15 runs, 13 hits for the Braves. 7 runs, 9 hits for the Red Sox. There's a called strike on Jarvis. Jarvis with a tapper, third base side of the mound, barehanded by Martinez, plants and throws. That's a nice play. Not easy. 1-3 put out of Jarvis. Here comes Owen Carey. Braves scored once in the first, once in the second, 11 times in the third. Another run in the fourth, another run in the sixth. Owen Carey swings and misses over the top of a sweeper. Red Sox 1 in the first, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the seventh. That 11-run third, the difference maker for the Braves as they sent, 13 men to the plate. That's popped up over by the Red Sox dugout foul ground, and the catch is made by the catcher Baez. Braves sent 14 men to the plate in the third inning. And they scored 11 times that inning. So 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. That brings Lodis up to the plate. Red Sox in the 9th will have 8, 9, and 1 due up. And there is some action in the bullpen. We'll see if the Braves want to go with a new pitcher or send Richie back out there for one more inning. Called strike on Alex Lodis. Richie looked great. Had a 1-2-3-8 with 2 strikeouts. Martinez brings the 0-1. Fouled off the inside of Lodis' foot. 0-2. Righty-righty matchup. 0-2 pitch. Lodis hits one hard in the air to center field. Coming along, Ward. Feet first slide, and he's got it. Nifty play by the center fielder. He's been an impressive player. A lot of hustle out of Ward. Some nice play defensively, and he's also been good with the stick. Braves go down 1-2-3 in the 9th. Or a correction in the 8th. We go to the 9th, 15-7 Atlanta.
Hey Braves Country, it's Tom Glavine, and when my ride needs a wash, I trust the official car wash of the Atlanta Braves, Tidal Wave Auto Spa. With hundreds of convenient locations, all-star customer service, and cutting-edge equipment that gets my ride sparkling clean in just 3 minutes, Tidal Wave is a game changer. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com to find a location near you.
My car is happy. I am happy. Tidal Wave Auto Spa.
The
Braves and Harris Cherokee Casinos want to give you the spring training trip of a lifetime. Enter now for a shot to win the spring training trip jackpot presented by Harris Cherokee Casinos. Just visit Braves.com/Harris before March 5th and you'll be in the running for a trip for two to Northport, Florida. You and a guest will win round-trip airfare, ground transportation, hotel accommodations, and tickets to see the Braves on Saturday, March 14th. But you must be 21 or older to enter. Get registered right now at Braves.com/Harris.
My name is Patrick, and I'm the Military Outreach Manager at the Warrior Alliance. I served in the U.S. Army as an airborne ranger and deployed to several combat zones in support of the global war on terror. Veterans bring excellence through our work ethic, skills, and civic duty. However, transitioning to civilian life can be difficult, as we all share a loss of purpose when leaving the military. Returning veterans have earned and deserve our support so they can thrive on their journey home. The Warrior Alliance understands the challenge and is helping warriors navigate to success after service. Join us in changing thousands of lives for the better. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
Three more outs, and the Braves should improve to 5-2 this spring, leading 15-7 into the top of the ninth. It's still J.R. Ritchie on the mound for the Braves. He had a 1-2-3-8, and everybody here would love to see one more of those here in the ninth. Put this thing in the win column. Nate Baez, the batter for the Red Sox, as it's 8-9-1 for Boston. He'll be followed by McDonough. Then back to the top of the order to Hickey. There's a 1-0 pitch to Nate Baez. Called strike. Attendance today, 5,479 on a Friday afternoon here at Cool Today Park. There's the 1-1 pitch. Baez swings and misses at a changeup. Ritchie looking very sharp. And ahead, all of his stuff has looked good. Putting away batters. Trying to put away Baez. Flip foul into the seats down the right field line. Make it a 1-2 count on Nate Baez. Two fouled off into the screen. Showed him a fastball at 95. Braves have used Sale, Bynes, Iglesias, Suarez, Bummer, Stratton, and Ritchie on the mound. 7 pitchers today. 1-2. Take a hike. Struck him out on a curveball. 3 straight strikeouts for Ritchie. Sale 2 2/3, 3 runs on 3 hits, a walk and 3 strikeouts. Bynes faced a batter, and he stands to get the win. He got 1 batter to pop out, and that's the only man he faced. Iglesias gave up a home run to Marcelo Meyer. That's all he gave up. Suarez had a clean 5th inning. Fly ball towards deep left field. Hartman and Hicklin going back and watching this go. That's over the left field wall into the Red Sox bullpen. Tyler McDonough with a home run. 5th home run today for the Red Sox. And the first time anyone has reached versus J.R. Ritchie. And that was clubbed over the left center field wall. Well, McDonough goes the opposite way. Now a 15-8 game. Called strike on Nathan Hickey. Hickey's also hit a homer. Red Sox have gotten homers from Hickey, from Rafaela, Duran, Meyer, and McDonough. The one is outside. That's something to hit 5 home runs in a game. Score 8 runs on 10 hits and still be trailing by 7 runs. That's fouled back by Hickey. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Atlanta Braves spring training is live on WIFN Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station, 1340 and 1037 FM.
1-2 to Hickey, and he fans him. Fastball 95. So Ritchie back on the horse with that strikeout. And the Red Sox down to their final out. Braden Ward coming up to the plate. This is a game that whatever happens in the latter innings can sometimes be forgotten, especially a game like today. Braves with 15 runs on 13 hits. Red Sox 8 runs on 10 hits. But a couple of guys stand out here at the end of the game, and they're facing off against each other. It's a ball outside to Ward. For the Braves, J.R. Ritchie. Now this will be challenged by Sandy Leon. All right, so it's ruled a ball, and Sandy Leon wants to review this, and it is indeed a ball, just barely missed. So that's confirmed. Well, that barely missed. 1/10 of an inch. But Ritchie has been impressive. He's struck out 4 batters. 4 of the 6 he's faced have struck out. Chase and missed by Ward 1 and 2. And then the other man who has stood out on the Red Sox side of things has been Braden Ward. Ward has showed lots of hustle today. He had a hustle double and a run scored in the 7th. Some good defensive plays. And he's hoping to be seen. There's a ball high. I'd say that both of these guys, Ritchie for the Braves and Ward for the Red Sox, have been very impressive towards the end of this game. 2-1 to Braden Ward. Fouled back. Red Sox down to the final strike. J.R. Ritchie. Deep inhale and exhale, standing on the first base side of the rubber. And the 2-2 to the plate. Got him looking, strike 3. And the Braves beat the Red Sox 15-8 in a game where they scored 11 runs in the 3rd inning. Ronald Acuna hit a grand slam in this game. Mike Yastrzemski hit 2 homers. Matt Olson hit a homer. And the Braves cruise in this one by a final score of 15-8. For the Red Sox in the 9th, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, none left. Final score, Braves 15, Red Sox 8. Back with the totals after this.
Jeff Francoeur here to talk with you about your car insurance. You gotta have it, so you might as well work with a company you can feel good about. As a farmer, I know the value in buying local and eating local. Partnering with Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is an investment in your community and in our access to food grown in Georgia. Because they're local, the service and response time is excellent. Get a quote at gfbinsurance.com.
Hi, it's Chuck Dowdle. If you're ready for a better checking account, my friends at Georgia's Own Credit Union can help. Open an all-access checking account for Georgia's Own, and you'll get access to more than 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, and get paid up to 2 days early. Best of all, for a limited time, earn a welcome bonus when you open a new all-access checking account. To learn more, visit georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm proud to be one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA. Restrictions apply. Visit georgiasown.org for complete details.
Oh. Forget something for your project? We've got you. At HomeDepot.com, get fast, free delivery on millions of items for whatever you're working on. Same day or next day. We bring what you need, and you bring it to life. Get fast, free delivery only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Order select in-stock items by 4 p.m., subject to availability.
The Braves Country Music Fest at Truist Park is June 13th, featuring Cody Johnson, Ella Langley, and more. Get tickets at braves.com/BravesCountryFest.
Cold months in the South mean that rodents, critters, and pests are trying to find a way into your warm house. Luckily, you can trust the pros at Arrow Exterminators to keep your home pest-free inside and out. Arrow protects homes and businesses and is the official pest control provider of Truist Park and the Braves, so you know you're getting the best from the best. To set up a free pest inspection, call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com.
Give me directions to Cool Today Park.
Getting directions. Would you like to add a racetrack freeze blast to your route?
Oh, yes, please.
Updating route. Now getting on fast track.
Amazing.
Don't let a pregame pit stop slow you down. Take the racetrack route and get on the fast track to game day with a cold, refreshing freeze blast. Racetrack, proud partner of the Atlanta Braves at spring training.